Max, you were indeed mostly correct in regards to what happened last time. You began on this, jungle, basically town, this tropical pirate town on the southern tip of a large tropical island that has a mountain range that runs sort of along the spine of it. The times have been difficult in Avalindra. You have had a hard time really finding good work, at least steady work, as for the most part, most of the refugees that were taken in kind of got stuck doing your typical, more manual, somewhat menial labor. Not completely cruel or anything, but helping out with cooking and cleaning, lifting, doing porter work and things like that. Not a lot of work for adventurers, to be sure. However, that need for some of the more, mundane jobs is why this town has been taking refugees in, as normally it's quite a bit isolated. However, there is obviously the upcoming sea trials and the christening of a new living ship, and so everything's a little bit busy right now in Avalindra. You began in the Broken Harp, a rather friendly little tavern that is letting you stay pretty much for free. The only thing you really have to do is Rory Redstringer has you do like
Good errands.
he
I got
has
fish.
you go do errands for him and the like, and in return he provides you food. You get a room. It's not fancy, but it's been enough to keep a roof over your head. And the previous day you had to go do some errands for him. He needed some fresh fish. He needed some various sundries, flour and butter to be retrieved and the like. Simple stuff. And in doing so, you sort of learned a little bit about the town. Max, when you went and you retrieved some fish,
I got a fishing pole.
you did get a fishing pole. And you also saw that there was a small, like, rowboat that was being defaced. The old man threw a fish at the kid that was doing it, hit him in the back of the head. A splat. Sent him running.
Hell yeah. Fuck that kid.
Uh, Meanwhile, Ryan, when you were out, you found that there is, even though the large portion of this, city worships Umberly, there is obviously some shrines for some of the less commonly worshipped god, including one to Sayanine. Upon arriving there, you met a young, eager elf woman named Deirdre, and a much less eager, somewhat bored half-elf named Glengrim. Talking to them, you asked, a little bit about the worship of Saganine on this island, and if they had seen any paladins or followers of your order passing through the town. And while they had not, they told you that perhaps it would be best to come at night when the elder Polium, who oversees the shrine during its most popular hours, as Sayanine, being a goddess that has a lot to do with the moon, has quite a bit of nighttime worshipping. So you did so, and learned that your master, or whatever member of your order, had come through some months ago, looking for advice about a recurring dream that he had been having ever since the invasion of Vandalheim by these creatures of the far realm. He said that he didn't know the exact meaning of the dream. He had no insights on it, but he did tell you that he was having a dream about like shattering crystals cascading across a moonlit sky. What that means, you don't know. He also doesn't know. But as for Rick, Mike, you went got butter and flour. You met the owner of the mercantile. He's got a pet monkey named Misha that seems to do most of the actual, like, inventory work. as whenever you needed something, he would just tell Misha to go, and she'd write it down on a piece of paper and dart off to go get it. While there, the owner of the mercantile told you that, if you were up to doing some extra work, he might know someone that he could put you in touch with him. Told you that he, however, was not popular in town, so they'd have to meet later in the night. You actually had to wait till well after midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning or so. Actually traveling there on the way back, Ryan, you saw that there was a man getting in a heavy black cloak that was getting sort of accosted by several other people. This was your contact. He is the Captain Vartigan Montebank, a mutineer of some notoriety.
I would mutiny too if my captain gave me that name.
What, Captain Vartigan Montebank?
Yeah.
All right, well, he's the captain. That's his name. He met with you, and he was up front and said, "Yeah, I did lead a mutiny, and I had my reasons, and I'm not going into them." And you know what? Everybody was mostly okay with that, considering the need for work. He told you, "Hey, my ship has been damaged. I need a new mast. I'm trying to send my carpenter out into the woods, and there's shit in the woods that he needs protecting from. Go out there, protect him, help get the mast back." So you did that. You traveled up a river, found a suitable tree, fought off some jungle panthers, put the tree in the river, portaged it back down. Met a couple of halflings along the way that live in the forest, the jungle. From there, this carpenter thanked you. A young man, 18, named Kevin with an A. Got it always with an A, Kevin, not with an I. He said, "Hey, thanks. I'll see that you're duly paid." And you received a set of dwarven plate mail, a spoil from one of the raids that Captain Vartigan has gone on recently. Well, within the last year or so. Retrieved from a dwarven settlement on the coast of Skolgos. And that's sort of where you ended it. You also got some nice like wild pepper, some wild plants for Thora, because she needed. She's got a pretty nice job as a cook at the actual tavern you're staying at, and so she's like, "Hey, can you bring me some basically some wild pepper?" Like, all right, grabs her some of that, and that's sort of where you ended it. I found
a lot of it too.
Yeah, you found a whole fucking ton of it. It is useful. It's used in making improved rations, which is, useful enough. It can be useful. And that's what happened. Now, you find yourself once again in the Broken Harp. The Akmenos, you've got your your new shiny plate mail on. Looking at it, it's nice. It's of dwarven make, a little bit tight, but that's okay. It still fits you.
It's a tube top and capris on me.
It's true. It's got a bunch of heavy dwarven script.
I'm wearing a belly shirt plate mail right now.
That is glowing faintly with the inscription of magic across it. It's morning. The sky is a little bit cloudy today, as you can see sort of low gray clouds beginning to roll in off the coast. Unfortunate, probably rainy day. But these are pretty common on, this tropical island. Even now, you can see that Rory is preparing as he's rolling out some mats in front of the door, looking out at the sky. He sees you all gathered around and can't help but admire your armor, Akmenos, as he sort of nods his head and he says, "Well, that's a fancy set of armor you've got there. Different from the one you were wearing the other day. Must have been a hell of a job that you pulled."
No, it wasn't. It wasn't all that.
I maybe want to have a little bit of help in regards to a certain matter later. Not quite sure yet. I've got to inquire as to some eggs that I am hoping to retrieve. But until then, well, help yourself to the food. We're having a little bit of a special today. How do you feel about fried sausages?
Well, I'm normally in favor of them, but I suppose it's what the sausage is made out of.
Sausage.
Well, it's made out of meat and spices.
Well, I'm a fan of most sausages, but if this was made out of like, I don't know, cats or something, then probably not.
Of course not. That's silly. We've got a fine establishment here.
It's mice.
We chop up the rats. It's jungle panthers. But you know,
That's a dangerous thing to catch.
I've got my ear to the ground. Possibly a lead that you might be able to go do something for me, if you want to, obviously. Otherwise, you might want to have a walk about town. You know how it is. As he does that, he sort of rushes over to the bar as a patron comes up. He says, Special today's sausages, sir!" As he rushes to the back, he even throws his head back. "Oh, Thora, 12 sausages."
Call an insight check. What are these sausages made out of?
Okay. You have no clue. Could be a mystery meat, but it does look a little.
It was.
They do. Look
It was a
little,
suspicious laugh he gave me when I said I
If-
wouldn't like a sausage made out of
They
cats.
do look a little bit gray.
It's made out of tiefling.
If I'm around enough to hear that, I would go ask Thora what they're made of.
She sort of waves her hand a little bit. So it's just a bit of pork as well as seagull meat mixed in.
Huh? Actually, you know what? I'm from outer space.
I don't.
know if seagulls are bad.
I go to Riot.
You gotta take what you
Mr.
can get
Meadows.
here.
It's pork and seagull.
Yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
believe that. I still think it's cat.
there's seagulls everywhere. It makes sense.
I don't believe my wife would be killing and making.
I don't believe anyone would make sausages out of seagulls.
I don't believe anybody would make them out of cat.
It's the local delicacy. It's turf and
If
avian.
it's,
Cat.
if it's local delicacy, I'm out.
You wouldn't have a. You wouldn't eat cats
I'm
here.
walking to the ocean.
Here, cats are working animals. You need cats to keep the rats at bay. So close to the jungle, there's all sorts of little beasties and
Here, cat
bugs
eats
and
you.
cats. Here, cats are working animals. They keep the buildings free of vermin. Much like a
You need the
spider
cats
using
to
its
watch
web.
the monkeys so the monkeys don't skim from the top when they're doing your counting.
That's right. That's why Misha's so smart. She rose up to the top by avoiding cats.
Cats are middle management.
Yeah.
Now, you have about this time there is a man that comes in. He doesn't stagger in, but he has a little bit of a limp. He is battered. Half his face is swollen. He's got a little bit of blood that runs down from one lip that he sort of wipes away, wipes his nose. There's a little bit of blood's coming out of that. You can see he grimaces a little bit when he does so, revealing sort of dirtied yellow teeth that have several of them missing. He goes to Rory, sort of rubbing his face, and he says, "Give me something of whatever's fucking strongest, Rory." And sort of Rory shakes his head. Another night at the Salty Dog, Kevin. That's one with an I.
Is Kevin
you
a
can hear
common
it.
name on this island?
Kevin's a common name everywhere. Kevin with an A is an
Thanks for
unusual
covering.
one. Kevin with an I is common. Another rough night at the Salty Dog. He sort of rubs his head and he says, "Almost won last night, though." But takes his drink, downs it, sets it down, looks around at the mostly empty common room. He sees all of you. Sort of says, "Huh. You don't look like you're from around here, huh?"
I
Fuck, get
mean,
away.
Sort of.
Kyle, can I roll a heal check to help the half of his face and beat the fuck up?
Yeah. You punch.
Nope, never mind. I rolled a 1.
I'm gonna heal you.
Well,
Punch,
I mean,
punch,
I rolled a
punch,
10 realistically.
You just start beating him in the face. I'm gonna heal you with pain. There's not a lot to to do.
I punch him on the other side of the face so it's even.
There's really not a lot to
How
do in
kind of
regards to it. You
now you can't tell he's hurt.
Yeah.
You can tell that these aren't life-threatening injuries, but they certainly won't be comfortable. Hopefully that alcohol that he's drinking might at least numb the pain a little bit, but he sort of staggers, and he's to your table and says, "You mind if I sit here?"
No, be our guest.
Oh, God. Looks at all of you, and he sort of says, I can, don't spend much time at the Broken Harp anymore, but, I know. I suppose that's why I haven't maybe seen you around. Are you new to the island, or you been around for a while?
Are we all there or just?
You can all be there.
I think it's like the next morning.
It's the
or
next
something
morning.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been here for about a year.
It's been a long time. God, it's been a while since I've been to the Broken Harp. Where do you hail from?
What was that place called, Colin?
It's called Vandalheim.
Yeah, it was Vandalheim. We're from Vandalheim.
We're from Valheim.
You're from Valheim.
It's true. Have you seen the Dollar General there that they just built?
I did.
Wonderful.
I thought it
Terrible,
was a Waffle House.
terrible thing what happened there. Ugh.
Waffle House, Dollar General, it's literally the same thing.
Do you see the Chipotle?
Yeah.
He looks you up and down, sort of size you up and says, "You look pretty big and strong. You good with your hands? You good at fighting?"
Who's he at? Who's he talking to?
He's looking at you. Bogan.
Yeah, he's not looking at me for that.
Well, I don't know if he might have been talking to Ryan or something.
I
it
am
could-
not.
Could
Well,
be.
I
he
am of,
might- he might- he
I
might be
am of
talking about
average
this
strength.
I mean, I guess I could be. Why? What do you need me to do?
Well, I just thought I'd
You
give
need me to
you.
rough someone up for you?
Oh, no. It's the roughing up is sort of part of the fun in its own way. You've never been to the Salty Dog, have you?
So sounds like fun.
Not that I can think of.
Well,
I try not to,
it's the
be in the saltier part of town.
it's the one with all the broken.
What about the dog ear parts?
It's the one with all the
You got that
broken
dog in
furniture
you?
out front. It's always got
might.
a pile of
You ain't
broken
built for these
tables.
streets, son.
It's always got a pile of broken chairs and the like out front of it. Every night at the Salty Dog, about midnight or so, there's a bare knuckle brawl that breaks out in front of the common rooms. Something of a competition. Whoever wins, well, everybody sort of throws in money and they win a pot.
Ugh,
I
that
lost.
sounds like a lot less fun.
I lost last night and every night that I've ever tried.
Is it only first place takes it all, or is it
First
Divvy Monk like a top
First place
cut?
takes it all.
How many people enter?
Like the ABBA song.
Anywhere between 5 and 50, it depends. I mean, that's mostly why people even go to the Salty Dog. Certainly nobody's going for the alcohol or the food. I hear they make
much you
sausages
gotta
with
pay
the
in?
rats. How much do you pay in?
Mhm.
It's 5 silver for entry, plus a portion of the the proceeds from, people buying food and alcohol goes into the pot every night. I think unfortunately there's a cheater there. Wins every damn night.
He cheat a bare knuckle boxing fight.
Well, you're not supposed to take any potions or any enhancements or wear
Oh, so
anything.
he's a bitch.
But I don't know, man. In the gray, whenever things are really flying and nobody's got a time to look, I don't know that he's not drinking something, or maybe it's supposed to be bare knuckle. You can't wear brass knuckles or anything, but I mean, I don't know. God, he hits like a truck though, which I just invented.
Is he a warforged? Are his knuckles made out of brass?
No. Just a human.
Already
Hey,
hits like a-
hey, man, sorry, that's not fair to anybody else.
He's just a half elf.
Yeah, but if you tell him he can't compete, then you're racist.
Oh
Damn.
shit, you're right.
That's
You're
how
right.
he gets you.
Well,
Yeah, then that makes sense.
if you ever find your way that way, you ever want to join in, I'd be happy to see that asshole get his ass beat one night.
What if he's just that good?
Well,
And what if he's just him?
I guess
Yeah. What if he's from Himbuck too?
I guess it's possible.
I've heard that he might be from the mountains. He might be from the Himalaya mountains.
But
He might be the emulation.
he just doesn't. He doesn't have a name that you'd expect from a tough guy. Durwood Spangles.
Look, dude
Yeah.
like that, he's been getting jumped his whole life.
Yeah.
Name like that dude's fought every day of his life.
I know that
That's like having your name be I Suck Cox.
Yeah.
I know that some of some people around been looking for work, looking for a coin. Well, if you ever find your way over there, I wouldn't mind seeing him get his ass beat.
I'm sure the toughest man that's ever existed has been named like Carrie Gaylord.
Probably.
His parents did not think that one through.
Your
He's-
family actively hates you.
He downs his drink, looks at you, Max, says, you don't. He's sort of almost like he's just noticing you. Are you made of rocks?
I speak into his mind. I only communicate telepathically if I can. I say no, crystals. And I want to like rattle myself a little bit.
I look at this guy, be like, yeah, he's made of rocks.
It's odd.
They're minerals.
Rocks are minerals, you fucking idiot.
Oh,
If you rub him and shove him up your ass, it'll cure your cancer.
It will not do that.
You don't know.
Might.
These crystals.
It might.
I give you one.
weird.
Try it.
Oh.
We don't know if this monkey is a halfling, and we don't know what a Maxwell suppository will do to you. You have a lot of
How are you planning
known
to
unknowns.
fit that up? Anyways, I'd he looks at you, Max, says, you might want to, keep your head down. The Queen of Tides, she been looking for a crystal man. Not like you, I don't think.
You know what color?
She said he was. She said he was obsidian.
You can't
black,
ask that.
like the volcanic glass in the mountains.
Oh no.
Hmm. Why?
That's no good.
I don't ask her why. She just told. I just heard she was looking for him. You never ask her why. You just, if you know and can help her, you do it.
Fair, but like,
Of course, I could.
okay.
I say, or I guess I remind everybody and telepathically, except for this dude, that the black obsidian shard mines are the ones that just took or Valhaven?
Vandelheim.
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 Valheim.
What do you mean just? It was like, do you mean like?
It-
Okay.
Or not
I
just,
had
but
to
like,
ask. Max, do you not
yeah.
understand the timeline, or is it that you said?
yes,
or
I
you
know it's
actually
been a
mean just?
year. It's been a
Okay,
year.
I'm just
sorry,
making sure, Max,
sorry.
because you.
I mean,
it,
shard mines are rocks. What if they think,
Yeah,
you know, like we don't know what their sense of time is like.
they can live
That's
for till question marks, like the party. But he says, I don't know why she was looking for him. I don't know exactly
Maybe
the
one owes her money.
details. I just know she was looking for information about it. About one.
maybe they owe her money.
It's possible.
She's looking for them. It can't be for anything good.
I'll leave you to your meals. He sort of finishes downing his drink, adjusts himself. You can see as he's walking by the bar, there's a small mirror that he stops at, and he sort of runs his hand over his face and shakes his head. Oh, God. You're a mess. And he leaves.
I put my hand on his shoulder as he leaves, and I lay on hands.
All right. His face, the swelling decreases significantly. Blood staunches. Sort of thanks you. I appreciate it. I feel much better.
You were looking pretty chopped there, homie. Like,
Are you a holy man, cleric?
well, no, I'm mostly solid.
You don't look like Swiss cheese to me. Well, but he eyes you up and down, and says, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
Food Village reference. Put that on your fucking bingo card.
I don't know what that is.
All right. A couple of guards that look like Kiwis walk in.
They're the fuzz.
That was the game Max wanted to run where we were all food people.
All right.
I didn't play that.
None of us
Consider
did.
yourself lucky. It wasn't that
None
great.
of it.
You
Yeah, none of us
s-
really did because it was fucking stupid.
You sit down and finish your meal. Having learned a little bit, but the day is still bright and still exciting. Bright in the sense that it's early. Unfortunately, it is quite cloudy, and you can actually see a little bit of rain beginning to trickle down. There is, in the distance, a little bit of a dull thunder. It is a little bit open as to what you want to do right now. You can do some downtime activities. You can go out and see if you can find some more just random work. You can wait until the plot walks into you. It's up to you, though.
You know what? I'm gonna go take my little fishing rod. I'm gonna try fishing.
How long did that
Okay.
guy
Oh,
say the mask?
Oh, Max wants his own bottle.
How long?
Yeah, with a fucking demon contract in it.
How long did the what, Rick?
How long did that guy say that the mask is gonna take to set up? Well, construct, I guess. better way to put it.
He suspected it'll take a few days at least. He's good.
Oh,
and
okay.
but you haven't heard anything from him. It's only been a day.
Oh no, I just didn't know like if he gave us a time frame, like it would be a week before they get it up and ready or something like
He
that.
didn't give you an exact time frame. But he did seem to be a surprisingly able young carpenter. So he
You know, Colin, what did he say was the price to enter that bare knuckle boxing? Was it 5 gold?
it's 5 silver.
5 silver.
Oh, 5 silver. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
y-
That means the winnings aren't
Oh,
great,
yeah.
but it's something.
How much did we get for doing the thing for the guy?
we didn't even get the armor.
Which thing?
Did we not get We not
I
get
don't think we
any
got any gold.
any
No, I don't
money
think so. I
for
think
it?
we only got the
for
armor.
doing the mast, you got the armor. For doing the supplies and stuff, you get to stay for free at the inn tavern.
Okay.
Plus, you get you get to stay for free and you get free food. But you didn't receive any like actual monetary. Wow.
I'll go do that tyrannical boxing.
Okay,
tonight.
well, it'll be okay. It'll be at about midnight or so. That's when it sort of breaks out. That's when all the fun starts happening, I suppose you could say. But you understandably you sort of go and Max, you're gonna go do some fishing.
Yeah, I'll try out fishing. I'll go back to that guy with the fishmonger that I got it from.
All right, the old man is out by the docks. A brand new, fresh fish of the day. As he sort of sees you, he says, "No, there's a face I would certainly recognize. You were over here yesterday, right, Crystal Man? What's your name?"
Ilanara.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Lenara. To tell you the truth, most people, when they say they'll come back and fish with me, they're just lying to get me to shut up.
I've never tried it before.
You've
I
never
thought I'd
been
give it a
fishing
shot.
before.
Not a lot of fishing to do in the astral sea.
Well, it's a sea. I would imagine there's gotta be fish in there somewhere. Although, the astral sea's probably got some weird shit.
It is certainly devoid of water.
Well, he sort of says, lucky for you, rain's good fishing weather.
Did not know.
He sort of looks out, and he can see the rain seems to have driven a lot of customers away. He says, why don't I close up shop today? We'll go to the end of the dock. You can tell me about yourself, and I'll teach you how to fish.
Sure.
Just give me a second. As he puts the he doesn't have like a pull down shutter, but he has like shutters, wooden shutters that he puts over his stall. You can see the small amount of fish that he has. He tucks away in some sort of crate. You can see whenever he opens it, there's like mist, like a frosty mist that comes out of it, and he sort of packs fish into it. But it takes him no more than 15 minutes to gather his fishing rod. He pulls a large rectangular box that is made out of battered wood to his side, and he grabs a fishing pole that's only slightly less battered than the one that he gave you. And I says, "All right. You don't mind if I lean on you as I walk? I'm afraid I don't have quite the spryness I did in my youth."
I say, careful. I'm kind of sharp. As I pulled out an arm.
I've spent my life around fishing hooks and fillet hot knives. I'm not afraid of a couple of points of sharp, edges. And he leans on you as you walk to the end of the dock. The rain has kicked up the wind, so it's quite choppy in the water. As he sets the heavy wooden box down and opens it up, you see it's got a myriad of strange, like, feathered creations, lures of all sorts that have been dutifully and carefully crafted over the course of this man's entire life. All sorts of interesting bits and bobs, as he sort of says, cloudy day today, we're gonna want something that's gonna stand out in the water. As he pulls down out like a lure that's bright neon pink, hands it to you. Attach that to the rod.
All right.
And
I try my best to tie it to the rod.
Roll a fishing is nature. Roll a fishing check with a -4. That's nature.
Nice.
Fishing is nature because it's natural.
Nature. Would this be private?
You can if you want to.
Would it be situational bonus? I put the -4.
Yes. Unfortunately, you don't know
-4.
shit about fishing, so.
That's fine. That's why we're here. A 14 with -4. That's not bad.
That's not bad. You do manage to get it all. You do get it on. It takes a couple of minutes, but he nods and says, "You're a natural." All right. Now, you just want to take it, pull it back, as he sort of motions to the reel, and then you just want to hook your finger around the line like this as you pull it back, and then as you push it forward, you release that finger and watch it fly out. As you do so, it doesn't fly very far, but he nods his head approvingly, says, "That's the idea. The more you work at it, the better you get at it." As he easily sends a fishing line flying double the length of yours, despite his spindly arms and advanced age. He sits and he talks with you. Max, this is the opportunity to talk about your backstory, if you have anything in mind.
I turn to him and say, it's funny you mentioned fishing in the astral sea. It's called a sea, or people here call it a sea. It's really a void. It's very cold. In the shard mines, us, people like myself, we used to live around the Shattered Gate. There's not much to do around there. A lot of us leave. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself for a long time. But after... God, I cannot remember that place's name.
Crystalbrook?
Not Crystalbrook, after that. God, what the fuck?
Vandalheim?
Vandalheim. God damn it. I don't know why I cannot remember that. So, but after Vandalheim, I thought I should do something. So I think I'm going to become a chronicle. Some of us take on a vocation of storytelling. And we'll keep records and important events and witnesses. And they leave marks behind. So when they return or someone else finds it, they know that this was important. It's something they left something behind, a mark, so they know it mattered.
He nods his head. Noble endeavor. I mean, it is
Yeah.
sort of what unites us after all. Stories. Who has a better story than Brand the Broken?
No, Colin, no.
But he nods his head. He says, "That's a wonderful dream." But he frowns and he sort of says, "I'm not going to do a lot of that on this island, though. I've been here for a long time. Long time. And while you hear things..."
Turn and tell him we won't stay here forever.
That's good. Because you hear about things here, obviously. There's a lot of trade and people moving to and fro, but you never know until you see it. I never even stepped foot on a pirate ship. So, I'm afraid just a fishing stall, these docks, jungle, that's what I've seen. As he's saying that, there you feel a tug on your line, as all of a sudden it grows taut.
I panic a little bit. I'm like, it's moving. What do I do?
Pull it in. Pull it in.
Okay, I start pulling it in.
All right. Give me a endurance check.
I got endurance.
All right.
Damn it, a 10.
You struggle against the fish mightily as he sort of reaches over and he sort of helps you as he guides the sort of rod forward, as he, in his experience, knows sort of how this struggle, this fight between man and fish plays out. And with his careful guidance, you do manage to bring it in, but it is pretty difficult. As let's see what fish you got. Only have a couple of them so far, so 1, 2, 3. Roll a D100.
Only a couple, he says.
Yeah,
Oh, that's high.
84.
As you pull it, as you pull up a fish, it is sort of blue and has a bunch of spines across it. It's a fish that you saw in the old man's stall the previous day. It's a spiny stonefish. Poisonous, or it has poisonous barbs. Well, it has, poisonous barb. It itself isn't poisonous. It's venomous, I suppose you could say. But it makes for good eating. But he's like, careful taking that off the hook. But it's, not bad eating. Remove the barbs and the like. I think there's a couple of. There's probably
skin.
Yeah, well, it's a couple of apothecaries that probably pay you pretty decent for it. Those are used in making poisons and antivenoms.
Do you know where one is?
Oh, of course. I mean, there's plenty of apothecaries, alchemists and the like. I'm trying to...
I'm going to pay them a visit.
Spiny stonefish is in your inventory.
Hell yeah.
It's even got an icon. Alright. But, you spend the day fishing. Spiny stonefish, it's, it's not exactly a wildly it's not exactly a wildly common fish, but it's not rare either. But it could fetch a couple of gold pieces to the right apothecary. You can do that. It is also used in some potion crafting. Yep. I was just double checking what I've...
Would I know that anyone in the party has, like, alchemists and stuff like that?
Alan's an alchemist. Well,
Okay.
no, it can brew potions. Alright. But you spend the day with the old man talking.
Yeah.
It's nice. Anybody else want to do anything? In particular during the daytime? Limits your imagination.
I would like to go to just walk into the woods and spend some time in the woods.
Alright. The woods, well, jungle, really, as it's a thick, dense tropical forest, just outside of Alvalindra are relatively safe. It's only once you start really getting into the depths of it that dangerous animals come out. Here, there's still quite a bit of traffic, as there are hunters and rangers and explorers going to and fro and in and out. You close your eyes and you listen quietly to the gentle patter of rain on the canopy overhead as you look up through the dappled boughs into the gray sky and have a moment to just breathe and think, commune. Let's see. There is a ranger that you can see is tracking something. It looks like as he's walking through the woods, he bends down, places his hand on the ground. A young elf that is checking for broken branches and the like, and he seems to be on the trail of something for a moment, but after about 15 minutes you can see he ends up circling back, and you see he checks the same broken twigs and traps, and or the same broken twigs and tracks, and about 15 minutes later he circles again, as it seems like he's tracking in a circle.
I after that next time I walk up to him. It's like, friend, I believe you've lost the trail, as they say.
He scratches his head and he looks down.
Oh, it's right here.
I swear, I see the broken branches right here.
You've been by the same broken branch 3 times. Or more, I don't know.
I guess I didn't realize it. They're never gonna let me be an explorer.
Oh. How about I walk with you, and we can give it a try together. Maybe a second set of eyes will help you.
That's true. He nods his head. All right. Uh, do, do you know So you know something about about tracking and things and scouting and.
I have a good eye for things in general. And I'm at home in the wilderness. Much prefer it. So in a way,
I also really love the wilds, and I always wanted to be like an explorer, but I get really seasick. But there's still all this open ocean, like open land, and all this the jungles, and I hear there's all sorts of interesting people in the jungles. There's halflings, and there's even a clan of bullywugs I hear that live on the opposite side of the island. And he gets really excited, so much so that he's not even paying attention to any of the tracking at all. And so you sort of have to point his eyes back down. Give me a perception check. It's a relatively difficult track to follow, and you can see why he got circled around after you walk with him for a little bit. It looks like this was deliberately made to be a confusing track, deliberately made to have someone circling around over and over again. From what you've heard in the town, you suspect this is probably one of the halflings that lives in the forest itself. Very good at sort of covering their tracks and sort of making double backs and making circular tracks and the like.
do you? I look to him. Do you know what you're tracking?
Yeah, gets a little bit excited. So he says, "I hope it's a tiger, or like a buffalo."
It's not one of those things. No. I believe it's one of the halflings they talk about in town.
I don't. They say, I hear that they'll skin you and wear your skin as a hat.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can turn a halfling inside out.
Even so, maybe it's it's best to call it a. I think I learned a lot today.
How about we go a little farther and just see? Just be quiet and we'll stay together, okay?
All right, that seems pretty neat. I could do that, but I'll be really quiet.
Like as we walk, I explain to him like this. From what I've been told, the halflings deliberately make tracking harder, and they go and try and confuse you. So it's not your fault.
But he nods his head, and you continue onwards. Go ahead and give me another perception check. After having seen this sort of circle about one time, you do begin scanning sort of more off to the sides, knowing what not to look for now that you've seen the circular track, and you do catch just off sort of in your periphery a small broken branch that leads you on a new path, one that disappears deeper into the jungle, and you follow it a little ways, not too far. You can sense the young ranger, the young explorer, getting a little bit nervous as you go on for a mile or so. And the forest only gets denser and denser, and the underbrush grows thicker and thicker. You hear a sort of rustle in the bushes, and you turn to see there is what appears to be a small or a large hare that has 4 ears, and it sort of perks around. This is a quad hare, a relatively common creature in the jungles that is often hunted for food and the like. They say that if you take off one of its feet, it's good luck.
If I can, I'd like to attack it.
All right. You gently make your way forward as it sort of is. Go ahead and give me a stealth check since you don't, or do you have a ranged weapon?
I don't know. I could probably throw the Mordengrad.
You hurl the giant hammer.
It's only 12 pounds.
He can try to
But
do
yeah, I
it.
would-
He has
Fuck
a
that thing.
bow.
I pointed out to him.
Oh, okay. He is going to he pulls out his short bow, and it does look like he's reasonably practiced with it as he easily draws the arrow to the string, and he's gonna knock it. Fires it at the hare.
Till he tries it.
All right. It is not a perfect shot, as it only hits it in the side, and you see the hare scrambles away, but it leaves a very clear blood trail that you easily follow for no more than 100 feet before you find this large hare with 4 ears, sort of shuddering in its final moments as it does die in front of you. Not the cleanest kill, but still.
Well, I grab it, I pull out the arrow, and I let's see, do I have well, no knife. I just rip off one of the little legs. And then I go and I hand the rest to him.
Thank you. This
Yeah,
is
Of course.
this will feed me for a couple of days. But he takes it. Says, "Are you sure you don't want any of it?"
I don't eat. It's not necessary for my kind. And my wife works at the bar. Whatever the hell that tavern was named.
Wow, you don't even know where your wife works.
The Broken Harp.
The Broken Harp.
The Broken Harp. If I ever did need to eat, I would be okay.
All right. Well,
I
thank you.
appreciate it. Of course.
I think I learned a lot, actually.
Good.
He takes the you get your quad hare's foot. A nice little basically consumable. It gives you for one time you get to use the lucky trait or the lucky ability the halflings get, where if you roll a 1 you get to re-roll it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like if you ever want to venture out a little more, I'll be at Broken Harp. And me and some of my friends could assist you if you would like.
I might like that. Broken Harp. But he nods his head. Thanks you.
I guess. Yeah, I'm just. I'm assuming we head back into town.
Yeah, he starts to get lost on the way, but you get him on the right path. He's got a lot of heart, but
Okay.
he's still young.
Yeah.
Mike, what are you doing? What do you want
It's
to do?
not cool. So I would want to go just stand outside and find the guy's ship that we helped.
Okay.
And I just want to see, because we did, stop people from attacking him, which could just make them madder.
That
So I
is
just want to
true.
see if there's anybody looking to damage the mask that we just brought back.
It's you sort of look around. You're not 100% sure what to look for. He didn't give you the name of his ship technically. And while you do see, the thing is, there's a shit ton of ships, and you scan for one that doesn't have a mast or that has a mast down. You can see that at least along the local docks, as you walk up and down, you don't see any ship that matches description. As you cast your eyes out to the choppy sea, you don't see any ships that match that description initially. But give me a perception check.
All right.
All right.
Not 20. All right.
You make your way down the docks. You actually pass by Max fishing with a nice old man. You can see him down at the edge of the dock, casting out lines. You walk past them for quite a ways, actually. You're nearly at the basically as far as you can go on the docks, which is approaching the outskirts of the city, even. And still you don't see any ship matching that description. But as you sort of turn to the direction where you previously sort of floated the log down the actual river, which is a couple miles up the coast, you can see it looks like a tiny speck, but you see it's a ship just at the edge of your vision. And it does look like it has a downed mast, or it's missing a mast. It is well outside the city.
Okay.
Sort of anchored offshore, basically.
Right. Interesting.
And you do know he's, persona non grata, so...
Right, I figured he'd be not in town. Do I see the living ship that they're building, or whatever they're calling it?
That you don't see. You've walked up and down the docks and you haven't seen it. But you could ask around about it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright. Initially, your queries are met with a little bit of, incredulity, is like, why, you don't know about the living ships? And then they look at you like, oh, not from around here, huh?
I'm a gnome. They're having to look at their feet anyways.
There's no place like Nome, though.
Yep.
Well, you're gonna, if you want to know about the living ships, you're gonna want to talk to the Green Shapers or the Queen of Thorns, but you don't want to talk to the Queen of Tides and Thorns and Thunder, basically.
I don't.
No, you don't.
What?
Well, I don't know. Do you know any raucous, like, dirty songs? She loves like dirty songs and dirty sea shanties.
Not really.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's one way to. That's always been a way to win her heart over. She loves dirty sea shanties and the like.
I don't trust this person.
But no, if you want information, you're gonna want to go talk to a Green Shaper. They're the ones that actually craft the ships themselves. They they don't craft the ships there. Nobody's allowed to see them except the Queen and the Green Shapers, people that work for it.
Okay.
But you can, it's not uncommon to find them going around town doing errands. It's not like they're locked in every day. They got lives, they got families and the like.
Right. Who are they? Like, if I wanted to talk to one, who am I looking for?
My cousin's married to one of them. She should be home. She's got kids. Are you good with kids?
Yeah.
All right.
Half the time the kids think I'm a kid.
Well, she's always looking for, like, people to, like, keep an eye on.
I'm watching you, buddy.
And, so you can go up there. Maybe you can entertain her kids, talk with one of them.
You better not have been known to be a pedophile, Mike.
No.
Whoa.
What are you? I mean, are you angling to be a green shipper? Because they're all elves. I don't know if you'd fit in.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just more interested in what the ships are, and I mean, there's a new one being built that seems like a pretty big deal.
Oh, you got a curiosity, huh?
Yeah.
Are you like educated? You went to college, or?
I've hold on, double checking. Yes, I studied magic back on the continent.
Ah, man, I tell you what, it's been a year since I went on the continent. I ain't been a raider in a long time, so. But why don't you know what?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me? He sort of starts walking. He's like, why don't you tell me about where you're from, huh?
Well, it's not really the same anymore. I forget the name of the kingdom.
I will say, you don't have to be from Vandalheim. That was just where you were whenever the thing happened. You could be from anywhere in the world. Make it up.
Right. I'm fine with being from there though.
But it is called Vandalheim.
Vandalheim. Okay. Well, I last lived in Vandalheim. It was a decent place to live, fairly stable. Then the sky turned into an eyeball,
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
people went insane. And so, maybe don't go visit the continent anytime soon.
I'm getting too old for that anyways. I mostly do shipwright work at this point. But, so you got, like, actual magical training, huh?
Yeah, some. I'm not the best, but
They
I'm what?
They don't do that sort of stuff here. Most people that got magic, they're born with it. They don't really learn it.
Well, if you have enough time and the right teacher, you can.
Huh. Well, maybe I'll tell my cousin to send her kids over there. It might be nice to have them have a couple little wizards in the family or something.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be around, might as well.
Yeah,
Wouldn't mind.
Doesn't take too long for him to get to his cousin's residence. This is just at the edge of the docks, and you can see it's actually a pretty nice house. Whereas a lot of the buildings in Alvalindra are pretty sparse. They're not very big. This one appears to be closer to like an actual small estate. It has a walled-in garden. You can hear children laughing from within it. As you sort of step through the past the wall into the garden, you can see there's several like topiaries of jungle cats that have been made, and as you're walking forward, they actually sort of twist their head to watch you as he walks forward. He says, green shaper. They do stuff
Yeah.
like that. But they're saying.
Can I just stop and look at one of them real quick?
Oh yeah.
And can I do like an Arcana check and just see if I recognize any spell work on it, or if it's
Sure.
too different from what I know?
Sure.
29.
It is a different type of magic, but you do recognize it as magic. A sort of more primal magic that is possessed of like druids, and like these green shapers are druids of a sort. As you can see, this topiary has been carefully constructed and imbued with magic, protective magic, to act as guards of this household. And as long as you don't do anything particularly threatening, that shouldn't be a problem. But you also know that chances are, on your own, these would probably rip you to shreds.
Right.
Built-in Peter file protections.
But you can see, you're almost bowled over as a child of maybe 6 or 7, sprints from around one of the topiaries, laughing and playing. Appears to be chasing some sort of moth or butterfly that has beautiful sort of colorations. As the man says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on, kid. You about to bowl over your guest?" As he sort of holds him back a little bit, lifts him up. "Where's your ma at?" And they lead you inside, as you are introduced to a very lovely family, the family of a green shaper.
Okay.
The estate, like I said, is much nicer than the other buildings around it. You suspect that the position of green shaper probably comes with some prominence. The building itself is got like all sorts of vines that writhe and sort of grow up around it, sort of climbing up the walls, and it's studded with beautiful sort of colored flowers that are almost iridescent, even in the sort of gentle pattering rain. As you walk inside, you can see a woman sort of raises an eyebrow. "Oh, who are you?"
Hello, I'm Valen. Your cousin here said I might be able to have a chat with your husband.
He is home right now, but he's been quite busy. He's resting.
Of course.
Is it a matter of importance, or?
More curiosity.
Come on. Why don't you look at him. He's just a little guy. He can probably play with the kid till he wakes up and, he can ask some questions. He loves talking about that shit. He's always talking about nature and trees and, it's secret-ish work, but everybody knows what he's doing. Everybody knows there's a living ship coming. But she sort of says, "If you can, I have some washing to do. If you can keep the kid entertained for a couple of hours, then he should be awake."
I have some simple magics that I could perhaps put on a show with.
Yeah, plus I never get to see him. I'll hang out with you. Give me an excuse to
Alright.
not work today.
So I'm gonna mainly use like prestidigitation, and I think I have mage hand, and I have chameleon mask. That's not what I want, I think. Where is the thing I'm thinking of? Yeah, but I'm just going to do simple magic tricks and see what the kid thinks of them.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Or a
31.
All right. Arcana, that's a good Arcana check. You make some pretty damn impressive displays, and it's easy enough to get the kid clapping. As he shouts with delight, he is amazed, and before long that the hours have flown by. The kid, to his credit, has been very well behaved. Probably doesn't get to see a lot of this style of magic. And so after a couple of hours, the woman sort of comes back from her washing. She has a large wicker basket underneath her arm, and she sort of says, Ue's ready to speak with you now. He's up. I can take over. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I was able to get quite a bit of work done.
Of course.
He'll see you in the living room.
All right. I'll walk in.
Would you like some refreshments, perhaps some tea, or?
Oh no, I don't want to impose on you.
Well, after you've done us a fine favor looking after the child, it's not an imposition.
Oh well, then I'd be happy to have some.
But she nods her head, and the kid runs off. As the dockwork says, "All right, I gotta get back to work." But you know, if you find anything interesting, hey, feel free to come tell me. To tell you the truth, I don't know a lot about what he does. I always thought he was he's a nice guy, but I thought he was kind of a schmuck. But he makes my cousin happy, so.
Yeah. I would like to just I'll tell him. I'm not sure I ever actually got your name.
Oh, Alvin.
All right. I'll tell him. Well, I'm Valen. I'm staying over by and I forgot the name of the inn.
Broken Harp.
The Broken Heart.
The Broken Heart Inn.
Harp. Sorry,
Harp.
my voice is like completely gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if I see you, I'll pass on what I learned.
Hey, all right. And if I need a magic man for something, I'll come find you at the Broken Heart. We don't got many of we got lots of like druids and the likes, but we don't have many learned people like that.
I'm not the best, but I'll help if I can.
All right. But he nods his head. He's got to get back to work. You're able to go into the front living room, well-appointed living room. It does have a fireplace that's understandably currently unlit, as it is summer on a tropical island. You see that there is some very finely made furniture with well-upholstered cushions, and there is a middle-aged elf that is sitting on one of the large sort of green upholstered velvet chairs, and he has several sheafs of paper in front of him on a small round table. He wears a pair of pretty thick square-rimmed glasses that he sort of looks over as you enter, and he sort of stands up, offers his hand to shake it. He says, "My name is Uwe Briarfinger."
All right, I don't know how to spell that. Hi, I'm Valen Fomplos. Good to meet you.
He sort of says, you've got a little bit of an accent. Vandelheim?
Yeah. I lived there for quite a while before it stopped being a place.
Well, yeah, I've heard that accent quite a bit over the past few months.
Yeah, lots of people leaving there.
What can I do for you, Valen?
Well, I was, I've been on the island for about a year, and I keep hearing about this this living ship that's being constructed, and I've kind of always had an interest in all things magical, and it seems like kind of a big deal over here.
You've come to the right place to ask about it.
Yeah. So, if you don't mind me taking up some of your time, that is.
Well, I'm on my days off. I usually, most of the green shapers at this point are doing a rotation of 14 days on, then 7 days off. So.
All right. So, just kind of a background, because I heard a little bit about what these ships are on the continent when I was studying magic, but what actually are they?
Well, they are essentially what they're named. They are ships. They do resemble the ships that you've seen out there, in sort of vague form. They have hulls. They roughly have the same silhouette. They have sails and the like, but they're more rugged. They look like they're made from rough, sort of untreated wood. They almost resemble branches that have woven themselves together to form the whole of the ship. And the sails are of course, made of things. This one, we're not quite sure what it's going to be made out of. That's the thing about the living ships. They are alive. They have a sentience. They're not named. They tell us their name whenever they're christened. What their sails are made of, it's up to them. There's several that have sails of Spanish moss. There's one that has sails that are made of loam.
Oh, fascinating. Does it just grow in the correct shape? Are you having to like weave it, or I just nature, more primal magic isn't my specialty, so
It
just
It does have a certain amount of manual weaving that is done, actual labor that goes into shaping it, but the actual whole itself is like you imagine it is quite woven together, like roots or branches woven together, and they're grown with the green shapers, and then some of the more manual laborers weave them together. Although the ship often has its own design, and we follow that. No living ship is exactly alike.
that makes sense. When they're alive, are they alive in the capacity that a plant is alive? You know, and it'll grow towards the sun, or is it alive like an animal?
It is
Where it
is alive more akin to like you and I. It has a sentience. It has... well, it doesn't exactly talk, but the captain of the ship can feel its emotions. It can feel its hurt and its excitement. It's more akin to an animal, almost, to tell you the truth.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, this is the only place that I've heard ever make them a ship like that. Is there? And it's kept very secret. It seems like. Is there like a danger of the wider world learning about how this is done, or is it just considered like a sacred thing?
The magics that are used to them are, well, you may have surmised that we don't go to colleges. The magics are innate. We just know them and cultivate them within ourselves. And there's a small amount of people here that are able to perform those magics. It is a matter of, I suppose, pride to the actual city itself. And I suppose there is the Queen of Tides and Thorns and Thunder. She doesn't take kindly to the thought that information might leak out, so it's more like a proprietary form of magic that's only practiced here. I've never heard of another place doing it, or shaping ships like this.
Yeah, it is. It's truly a unique. Oh, I'm coming through. I'm coming through Ryan.
How are you coming through me?
Well, you know, when I speak, your microphone was lighting up. See?
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
So that's where the echo's coming from.
And I'm not speaking, so...
Boy,
Yeah,
howdy,
yeah.
that has gotten fucking really annoying.
It's been really hard to talk because it's, you know, hitting me with my own voice a split second after I said a word.
Right, do you have headphones in?
I still hear
Yeah.
too.
That's crazy.
I don't have external speakers.
I'll be your
Is
external
it still doing it?
Let me check. Yes.
Yeah, I still heard it.
What the fuck?
It is
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yep.
weird. Like I said, I only hear Mike echo. I don't hear Colin echo.
The thing is, I
Yeah,
also
it seems to
hold on.
seems to only be me.
I'm gonna say a couple things. Let's see if it echoes. Blah, blah, blah.
No, I
Oh,
heard
yeah,
Colin
that
I
echo
echo.
heard
that
Colin's
time.
echo right there.
Strange.
Hold on, I'm gonna try something.
Well, no, it can't be you if it's everyone echoing through Ryan. That means something on Ryan's end is picking us
Ryan,
up.
do you have really loud headphones?
No.
All right. Am I echoing now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Dude.
Oh well. That's
What about now?
Okay, let me check. Yep.
Well, what the fuck?
burn it down.
I don't
Ryan, just-
have external speakers
Ryan,
to
mute
come
yourself,
through
let's
anything
see
else.
Mute yourself. Let's see if it does then.
I'll be so incredibly impressed if it did it
All
when Ryan
right.
was muted.
Wait, talk.
All
Mike.
right, I am now talking loudly.
Yeah, it's not coming through.
I
Ryan,
am
mute
also
yourself.
talking
There.
loudly.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
Yeah. So the Green Shaper, he does tell you that the magic that they use is kind of unique to the island. Not only that, it's a magic that it doesn't seem like the Queen of Tides.
Was I echoing yesterday?
No.
No, but
No.
yesterday you were cutting out a lot. Like you lagged out a bunch from yesterday. I don't know if that was anyway involved.
But it's fine now, so. But, Uwe, UWE, does tell you that the sort of magic that is used is mostly practiced here. It's not just a matter of druidic magic or primal magic. It is one that has been cultivated in Alvalindra. And it's a magic that the Queen of Tides and Thorns and Thunder does not want really leaking out. So it's all sort of kept pretty local.
All right.
And he can't, he's I can't tell you how I do it, but...
Oh, no. I'm well aware different magical traditions have their own rules.
To me-
and
To me, it's like, a tailor making cloth or someone weaving cloth. To us, that's sort of how it is, except we're weaving vines and roots for the whole of a ship.
And now realize I was hearing an echo too, but only from Mike. And I thought he was on his shitty microphone.
I am on my shitty microphone.
Yeah, but it sounds
Well, you
okay.
sound much better now that my echo has stopped.
Oh my god.
But, yeah,
I could barely understand you.
All right. Yeah. I shouldn't be that bad.
now he's talking to you a lot. The thing is, a lot about this session day is I'm kind of trying to feel out some backstory stuff. That's why it's a lot of talking about, hey, where are you from? Tell me about yourself. Is there
Right.
How do you imagine Valen? Like, what school did he go to?
He would have gone to.
Would he have gone to just one, or would he have gone like all around to? Because there's a lot of magic.
He was
schools.
lucky. He was lucky to go to one, and it's not one of the top tier ones. And when the campaign started a year ago, he was kind of working as a helper to a potion shop, alchemist type thing. continuing his education after the initial schooling kind of thing. So he is a level 1 wizard.
Yeah.
So he didn't go to a prestigious school, but he did go to like a decent state school kind of thing.
You didn't go.
To
You
think
didn't
of
go
it
to
in college
DeVry.
terms. No.
Okay. He
Man went to NC State.
Yep.
he does seem interested in all of that. He does show an interest.
Couldn't get into Duke.
No.
Duke's a pretty nice school.
Yeah.
He does seem he does ask you about it. He seems grateful to be able to talk about something other than work or his kids, as he eagerly sort of eats up all you have to say. He asks you about the mainland. He has not, since he wasn't a pirate, he's always been a green shaper. He hasn't really left the island, so, you know, he asks you about the world at large and your family and...
Oh, yep. I tell him all about home. We're kind of from the I've already forgotten the city's name again. Valheim.
It's Vandalheim. It's not a hard.
Vandalheim.
Right?
It's not a hard.
It's
I
a
don't know why.
hard-
It just doesn't stick. It just doesn't stick.
It's too close to Valheim.
It's Vandal.
Oh, we associate you with
and Heim.
Valheim.
I like that game. But he is also a fellow like alchemist. He's Oh yeah, every green
Okay,
shaper
so I
is an
can-
alchemist of sorts, I suppose.
I can definitely talk to him about that, and I'll tell him kind of the types of potions and stuff I was learning to work on. Because I had become an apprentice alchemist after my schooling.
Quite a bit different. It's a little bit different than the potions that we do here, but I like it.
It's a use of nature to accomplish something to help others.
Exactly. It is not breaking nature, but using nature to help people. That's what the green shapers are about. That's what the living ships are about, really. Most of the living ship captains, if they were pirates, they eschew that life, and they I wouldn't say they go for
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. Piracy is beneath the captains of a living ship. They're explorers and travelers. The ships themselves, they can... I mean, they're... Oh, I suppose you don't know. They can travel to the Feywild.
Oh. That's fascinating. I've never gotten to go there.
Yes. So the ships, they can... Oh, I've never been on one, but I've seen it happen. They sort of flip upside down, and when they flip, they're on the Fey Sea, or the Astral Sea. They're able to... Whenever they flip, they go to a different sea.
Oh, hold on. Just metagaming. I heard Max talking about the Astral Sea and his character. Would my character know that he's been to the Astral Sea or is from there? Or
if you know,
If he knows what a shard mind is, yes.
If you've talked to him or know anything about magic, then you probably at least know of shard mines in the Astral Sea.
Okay,
I'm not
so
like cagey either. So like just in like passing, I may have told you, oh yeah, this is a thing we see in the Astral Sea or some shit. So like,
okay,
it is
cool.
reasonable that you as a character would know.
Right, and being interested in magic, I'm sure he would have at some point asked.
Like, hey, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, like wait a second. So when he says it can go to the Astral Sea, I'll stop and say, oh, a traveling companion from Vandalheim. Still struggling.
You got it.
Is actually I think he's from the Astral Sea. He's a most strange creature. Entirely stone.
I should like to meet him. I've never
I've
been, but perhaps you would all.
Well, I'm sure he'd be willing to talk to you.
Well, perhaps you would all like to come sup with us on one of these nights. I understand that
that would be amazing.
difficult for some of the refugees here. We can provide
Yeah,
a fine meal.
I would greatly appreciate that. Work's been a bit, well, obviously I'm able to visit you on what would have been a fine work day if I had a job. Speaking of which, just to not to get into work, but if you ever have need of a simple helper for something, I'm always in need of work.
Well, there is something that you could do for me. This living ship that we are crafting, it is a little bit different than the rest. Every living ship is different, as I told you. They all have their own personalities and various sort of differences and foibles. The Queen of Thorns ship, for example, her hull is made of iron bark. So it's incredibly strong and resilient to damage. This one is not made of iron bark. Instead, it's made of briars. Poisonous briars, actually.
Ooh.
I can craft anti-venom easily enough, but it takes time. If you could bring an anti-venom or two, for the most part we're okay, but I'm not as young as I always was. Sometimes I can be a little bit clumsy, and while the poison isn't deadly, it's annoying.
Right. I might be able to... Hold on, I'm trying to look at... Where do I find what I'm proficient in?
Well, that's the fun thing, Mike. I've got an entire crafting system.
Ooh. Well, I would certainly be willing to help out with that if you would like.
It's no rush, and it's not necessary. It's just a convenience, but I would be grateful for it. You could consider it a thank you, I suppose, for this nice talk. Although I have enjoyed it myself.
Of course.
But you're not from here. You probably don't know what to look for. I'll write some. Do you know? I'm sure you know how to craft a basic anti-venom, but the ingredients here might be a little bit different from where you're from.
Yes, if there's any particular plants or such, I might need a description.
There is the common healing herb that's used in oftentimes healing potions and the like, yarrow. It's pretty easy to find out in the jungle itself. Most of it close to town has been picked dry, but if you go out an hour or two, it shouldn't be too hard to find. But if you mix that with either bitter bloodroot, another herb that can be found in the jungle, it's a little bit less common, I'm afraid. But you can mix it with yarrow with bitter bloodroot, or a spiny stonefish. And that can be used to create anti-venoms.
Okay. Interesting. Is there a particular part of the bitter bloodroot or the stonefish that I would...
Well, it's the spines and the glands that are attached to the spines of the fish. As for the bitter bloodroot, it is in the root, as the name would suggest.
Excellent.
It has many uses as bitter bloodroot, but it is a little bit rare.
Right. Well, I can certainly take some time to try to find you as much as I can.
I would appreciate it very much.
Happy to help. And I don't personally have much more questions. I was kind of hoping to work the conversation towards work, if that makes sense. And I've done that. So he would just be kind of talking about magic and seeing what he can learn. and share with this person.
He's happy to share with you.
Because-
He doesn't get, like I say, he doesn't go too far to the specifics, but he does tell you a lot, and he tells you, like I said, you do know, and you do learn things about these living ships. The idea that they're kind of sentient, and they almost like link up with their captain. Everyone's a little bit different. Like I said, they have different sails. Clearly, they have different hulls made of different things. This new one that is being built, instead of being like made of like iron bark, which would be a lot more defensive, it is made of poisonous briars, which is a little bit more like offensive, I guess you could say. If someone's trying to climb up on the ship, they get poked by poison and stuff.
I would ask him about that. Is that a concern for the crew at all?
The crew,
Like, is it
is
it thorny inside too?
inside, no, but it is a concern for the crew if they are boarding. I'm afraid the poison, the briars, do still have effects on everyone trying to board. Although, that is a danger, I suppose.
Right.
But inside, no. The inside of the hole is actually quite smooth and accommodating. It's actually much nicer than your average ship.
Okay.
I don't know the exact specifics exactly of what this ship is going to be, but I do know the Queen of Tides, her ship. I was on it one time. The inside is actually moss covered and has some small, I suppose they're like daisies on the walls.
Oh. That's kind of nice.
Oh yes, and oftentimes it's from what I hear, some of the other ships have floors that are carpeted with like fine moss and the like.
Okay.
Every ship is different.
Interesting. One thing I noticed is that I didn't see any of these ships. I took a walk through the port today. Are they all out on mission, or are they docked somewhere else, or?
He strokes his chin a little bit. He says, "I don't know if it's my place to talk about it."
Ah, okay.
They are out
I won't press anymore.
doing things, but the specifics, from what I've heard, are... I probably shouldn't have even heard them, but they're out at the... They're at the Queen's behest.
Right. Okay.
Living ships
Yeah,
are...
you don't need to tell me anything that you shouldn't,
Living ships, as I said, the captains move away from lives of piracy and raiding to more of explorers.
Okay. Well, I hope, for the continent's sake, that somewhere on their explorations they find something to help deal with these strange creatures.
Perhaps. I hope so, at the very least. I don't take any pleasure. Well, many of the people here aren't exactly fond of the refugees. I certainly don't take pleasure in their suffering.
Yeah, I imagine it's a bit of a burden on the local economy. So.
Well, but he does thank you. He's happy to have a moment to not talk about, his kids, or deal with his kids, and he's able to get away from work a little bit, even if he's just talking about it. Talks to you about alchemy. Like I said, you learned the recipe for anti-venom, and learn a little bit more about the ships. And you also have an invitation for dinner at some point in the future.
Right.
Possibly. You don't. It's not exactly set in stone, but it's like a nice thing he said. So.
Yeah.
All right, but that takes a long time. It takes a significant portion of the day.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a couple hours just watching the kids, so.
Yep. All right.
I assume it's evening, and I'll be heading back.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. I've got some little bit of backstory of Illinara, Alan. Okay. We can piece some pieces out. As the day passes, you return, all sort of eventually return back towards the Broken Harp. The owner of the establishment, Rory, greets you as you enter with a sort of bright smile. He sort of says, each one of you as you walk in from your day says, I've got a letter for you, but it's for everyone. I'm afraid that I went out on that little foray into the jungle, so I might as well wait until you're all here before I hand it to you.
Is this when we're all back?
Yep. As you each sort of trickle in throughout the day, out Illinar, you come back from your fishing. You got a nice fish. Asertu, you come back from resting and studying and communing with nature. And you've got your little hare foot. You eventually come back. Everybody returns, and it's pretty late in the day, maybe well into the afternoon. He says, all right. Supper's not exactly a fancy affair, but we're not fancy people here. I do have a message from you," as he pulls out a, matte black envelope that has a red wax seal on it that has, well, it's not a red seal, it's a blue seal. And it is a wolf's head on it.
It's not ominous at all.
Fancy. What does it say?
As you open it up, it says, "Dear friends, you are cordially invited to a dinner with the captain of the Jericho to take place at 10 o'clock p.m. on this very night. Transport to the Jericho can be found at the mouth of the river that you so generously helped in transporting the trunk to, the mast to."
I thought this was the captain lady and she was about to kidnap me or some shit.
Might be. Watch out.
Well, I suppose we should start heading that way. It is a long ways off, guys.
It's a couple of miles. It is only in the afternoon, though.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, never mind.
Well, imagine we should probably get there before dinner, and we had to hike a few miles out. So like,
Yeah.
Well, what if they're one of those people that eat at 10 o'clock at night?
On top of that, Rory says, once you're done reading, says, "So about those eggs I was talking to you about earlier, I do have a location on them. About a half a day's walk into the forest to the north. They are cockatrice eggs, but I can use them. I'd be willing to pay you handsome. I'm not just talking about room and board for cockatrice eggs. I'd be willing to pay you well."
That's some fancy eggs.
Yes. They are, cockatrice eggs have certain medicinal properties I'd like to partake of. Well,
This motherfucker's getting high.
eggs that, well, no, it's
No,
for,
I
This
make
dude's got-
his pee-pee, but
it's
it's gonna
for-
make his
This
pee-pee.
it's for-
this dude's got ED. He's trying to get rock hard.
It's for erectile dysfunction. He's trying to get rock hard.
how dangerous are cockatrices?
They're pretty dangerous animals. Not only, well, they can be quite dangerous. The thing is, they don't just travel in like groups of one. Usually, there's a entire pack of them, maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5.
So you're saying in order to kill these eggs, we're gonna have to kill 2 to 5 cockatrices.
Yeah,
Sneak 'em.
What is the plural of cockatrice of a cockatrice? Cockatrice, cockatrices,
Cockatrice?
It's a cockatrice.
I can handle
Cockatrice?
5 cocks at a time.
Cockatrix with an X.
Oh, okay. Or could it be cockatrixes?
Cockatrix.
Like octopi? Coctopi?
Cockatrice. The plural is the singular. Like deer.
Okay.
But
Alright, we're going to kill multiple cockatrices in
you
order
know,
to get these eggs.
I'd appreciate it. I did, like I said, I was able to ask some people that have been traveling out in the forest if they've seen any cockatrice or anything like that, and there has been a small. It's not a large nest. It's not a warren of cockatrice, but there is a nest about half a day's journey up north into the forest. I'd appreciate it if you got it. I'd pay real money, not just this simple room and board. Obviously, I'd want to give you something. Because that's an effort that is beyond just room and board.
Colin, how big is a cockatrice egg?
They're pretty sizable. They're probably about the size of ostrich eggs.
And how many are we getting for this man?
However many you find, I'll take all of them.
I'm saying the logistics of transporting that back. Are they because
Look, man, how hard
Yeah.
do you want your dick to be? Goodness. This dude's out here just like taking half a bottle of Viagra.
But they're about the
you have a
size of
way
an
to
ostrich
transport them
egg.
back? Well, yeah, we need like a papoose for each egg.
I mean, I can give each of you bags. I imagine if you each carry a bag, you know, suppose if there's cockatrices don't usually have thousands of eggs. They're usually laid in 1s and 2s, rarely 3. So
So it's a single nest. That means we're bringing back 1 to 3 eggs
probably, yeah.
and killing 2 to 5 cockatrices.
Yeah.
Okay. Colin, do I know if we can kill a cockatrice?
You can roll.
Like, do we need to roll a nature check or something?
Let me double check what is a cockatrice. Ah, yeah, roll a
Imagine
nature
it's
check.
monstrosity. A 12.
They're strong, but if it with all of you, you could probably handle a few of them. The danger is the petrification.
Is the what?
Petrification. Cockatrices petrify.
How
already-
many are there
I'm already
normally
rock hard.
in a flock?
2 to 5.
It's supposed to be 2 to 5. They do come in warrens,
Okay.
but this is not a warren. This is a small family group of 2 to 5.
Yeah, we could probably manage that.
Who are we doing this for again?
Rory,
The guy who owns the
guy who
tavern
owns
we're
the
staying
tavern,
at.
that's been.
Ah,
But he's
But he's gonna give us actual money.
he'll like actually pay
Right.
for this. This isn't just for room and board.
okay, that changes things.
He recognizes that this is an actual like decently difficult job, so he's giving you the option of, well, he'll give you the option, would you like money or would you like a mystery item?
It could be anything. It could even be money.
It could be anything. It could even be money.
It could even be a dwarven plate mail.
I think we could use the money.
Yeah, we should probably take money.
Money
I hope
is,
I hope I get a second set of dwarven plate mail.
You get
so that I'm not in a metal belly shirt and capris.
nope. You have to. You get a set of dwarven leather armor. So
I hope it's the bottom half.
it's only the top half. Everybody has to wear dwarven crop tops. Unfortunately.
Hell yeah.
I don't wear very much of anything at all, thank you.
Well, you're wearing a dwarven crop top now.
Like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Let's see.
I'm wearing a bandeau top
He will.
and,
All right, if you're going
and
just
short shorts.
if you're going just for money, he'll give you 100 gold pieces
Each or total?
total.
You know
That's
damn
the
well
point.
we ain't getting 100 gold each.
I don't know. Maybe Colin's feeling generous.
I
Also,
mean-
the gold's different in 4E anyway.
4E does.
You
4E
need,
does have
more
like
of it.
treasure and money by level, so you are as
Also, shit's expensive in 4E, so like
you're level 1, so you're supposed to receive gold equal to amount of a magic item equal to your level -1.
So level 0 magic item.
Yes, level 0 item.
Okay. I mean, yeah. All right, that's fine. 20 gold a piece isn't bad.
That's pretty good.
I
That's
buys
pretty
us
good
like a
spending
health
money.
potion.
Or just going and getting some eggs. And who knows?
Yeah, just going and getting
Eggs.
some eggs.
Who knows?
Just going and getting eggs.
Cockatrice meat and beaks might be good. Cockatrice feet, who knows? But
That's true. We could also get what we could salvage from them.
that's true.
I think about
You
that,
cockatrice
too.
feet.
You do currently have a panther pelt and a panther claw.
Yeah.
They can be sold or they can be used to make one of the many random potions that I made for no reason.
I thought you said we could make
Hey,
the panther pelt
Who
into
wants,
an actual item.
who wants to drink panther hair?
No, it's
The one from
Yeah, so we can figure out what it
Anchorman.
does.
the panther pelt can be sold. The panther claw can be crafted.
Yeah, I maybe misunderstood then. All right, well, yeah. I mean, we obviously can't do that tonight, given it's the afternoon. And a half a day
and
out and
you
a half a day back.
You do have an invitation to dinner tonight, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can't do it tonight, but
But he does tell you, like, well, you know, it's the job's there today, tomorrow, within this week. Obviously, I'd prefer to be done within the next week or two. But, if you're gonna agree to do it, then I'm not gonna pass it on to anyone else.
yeah, we can do that.
Wonderful. I'll
But if we get petrified, you gotta come save us.
well, there are anti-petrification potions and the like, and to tell you the truth, I've kind of taken a shine to all of you. You've certainly made the inn a lot more interesting since you've been here. Well, who knows?
Interesting.
Oh yeah. To tell you the truth, you get
He
tired of
shoots you for
hearing...
that pun.
To tell you the truth, you get tired of hearing the same old sea shanties and salty tales every day. Well, having a different face, a different view, that's... there's some people in this town that don't appreciate it, but I certainly do. I mean, that's sort of why I took you in. I think you're all very interested. I'd like to know more about all of you, but to tell you the truth, I hardly have time in the day. So I'm always running around, brewing, selling drinks. God bless Thora. I don't know what I'm gonna do when she's gone, but she's certainly taken over the kitchen. But he does seem to genuinely kind of like you. So. Well.
We like Rory too.
I don't. He
done
feeds
us
me
wrong.
seagull.
Seagull,
That's true.
Seagull,
That's understandable.
everybody eats seagull meat here. It's the chicken of the sea.
Well, but I don't like any of them then.
Seagull is the chicken of the sea. Tuna is the duck of the sea.
I'm the old
Man,
man
that
in
would be
the
like
sea.
pelican or something.
All right, how do you feel about your eternal struggle against nature and inevitability?
I don't struggle against anything. I got that dog in me.
Oh
The
yeah,
only thing Ryan
He
struggles
is
with
built for these
pooping.
streets.
yeah. But Ryan, do you like
Yeah. The only thing I struggle with is my massive fucking shits.
Yeah, but Ryan, do you like your pizza cut in squares or triangles?
It depends.
Well, maybe you should triangling this dick
Thin
into your
crust? Squares.
mouth. Well, Max, maybe you should triangling this dick into your mouth. All right, I got my D's nuts.
I'll call
straight,
this is a serious. This is a serious game.
We'll get to the serious parts. Mike, the Sunday game got super serious.
We've been in the serious parts.
Mike,
I'm trying to figure out if this monkey is a halfling.
No, we'll get to the serious parts. Right now, we're sort of just starting out. But if you don't do anything else, the invitation for dinner.
Well, I was gonna do that fighting thing, but I'm gonna assume I can't do that tonight. Now.
It happens every night, so that's sort of what the Salty Dog is known for. Every night they have this bare knuckle brawl, essentially.
The Salty Dog is what women call my penis.
They shouldn't.
Yeah, why is that the case?
Why?
Maybe you should take a bath.
Why is it salty and like a dog?
It's not. It's shaped
Because
like a
it's
hot
covered
dog.
in so much hair.
Oh no.
And salty because of the salty sea air. Duh.
No, it's salty because he doesn't wash.
Have you ever needed to?
I'm a Goliath made of salt rock.
Look, all I know is if you suck your dick, it's flossing your teeth at the same time. You know, it's doing two things at once.
The thought of that makes me want to vomit.
But that's sort of why the Salty Dog
Wait,
always has.
You want to put a dildo shaped salt lick in your mouth?
Yes.
Turn that bitch's
That's
mouth
covered.
into
That's
a...
covered in hair.
No, there's no hair. I'm a Goliath.
Turn that bitch's mouth
I already
into a
said it's
harpsichord.
because it's hairy.
So that's the Salty Dog. The reason.
That's my penis.
The reason why the
That's
Salty
not how my
Dog.
penis is.
The reason why the Salty Dog has so much broken furniture out front, is because this barroom brawl, this tavern brawl, it's like a nightly occurrence. It's a feature of the Salty Dog. It's not something that happens. It is like a feature of the Salty Dog every night.
Where do they get all these chairs from?
That's the fun thing. They build them in-house. They have in-house carpenters that are hired at the Salty Dog just to rebuild chairs. They're all
at some point, just stop putting fucking chairs in your establishment.
Well, those are the weapons that are used in the fight. You don't get to use your weapons. You have to use chairs and mugs and tables. Oh shit! Do I have a battle map of the Salty? So the Salty Dog is right on the coast. It's actually made. It has a bunch of like broken up stuff in it and like outside of it. There is a shrine to Malora that's just outside of it. And it's made of half of a boat that has had part of it cut away, so you can actually pilot like canoes and small rowboats into the inn, and like it has boat parking essentially inside it, and you can go into the bar with boat parking and stuff. It's a pretty popular bar, but it's rough and it's rowdy. It's mostly serves fishermen and like dock workers essentially. That type of establishment. That being said, there's not a time limit on that. It happens literally every night. It's a feature. So unfortunately, this meeting with this captain, Captain Vardigan, who hired you previously, this is a little bit time sensitive as it is an invitation for tonight.
I'm gonna go post on Reddit. My group is trying to decide what my penis looks like. How do I change that? See what they say.
We're not trying to decide. We did decide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's covered in hair.
It's hairy. It's
They
like
No, I'm not
shaft and
saying it's
everything.
not. See, this is why I think I'll put on
Like-
D&D horror stories about my group trying to decide my penis is hairy or not.
I'm gonna post on D&D horror stories that my party mate's a Goliath with a hairy shaft.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a werewolf in a full moon? Like that, you know? Alright, you might probably don't necessarily eat this night as you have been invited to dinner, essentially. But you spend some time, you know about how long it's going to take to get up to the river. It's not a strenuous walk. It's a walk up the coast. Here, this close to the coast, the jungle is pretty, sparse, all things considered. There's an actual general pathway up to the river, so it's not an actual, difficult, trek. And, whenever you go up there, regardless of what, time it is, you do find that the actual boat is waiting for you. You can see there is, Kevin, the carpenter, who is waiting, looking a little bit bored. There's also a rather burly-looking dwarf that is covered in heavy scars. He's missing an ear, and he wears a helmet that has one single horn on it. That is the opposite side of his ear. But when I say horn, it's not a, Viking horn. It's like a listening horn, essentially.
I was about to say, yeah, he listens with the horn.
I listen with my horns too.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it to the ship.
I tell you that dwarf's nickname is also Salty Dog.
My ears are vestigial. I feel the vibrations through my horns.
Kevin sort of greets you, heartily as he excitingly sort of, waves. He was always a little bit excitable. The dwarf sort of just vaguely grunts. Everybody? Just everybody?
Shit, I accidentally closed the webpage. I'm coming back.
You don't get to see my
Not now.
You don't get to see my beautiful map that I made of the Jericho, which is Captain Mountebank's ship, Captain Vardigan Mountebank.
One of us just mysteriously
will in a
blinked out of
second.
existence.
I'm back.
All right. Kevin greets you excitedly. The dwarf less so, with little more than a grunt. Does everyone? You could say things nicely.
I think so.
Fuck. Drop my shit.
Everyone.
I say hello, Kevin.
Hi. How have y'all
No, with an
been?
A. Kevin.
Kevin.
We've been good.
Kevin with an
Kevin.
A. No, that's with an I. With an A.
Yeah, Kevin.
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 No, that you just said it with an I. Got it. It's
He's not gonna get it, Kevin.
that's fine. I'm used to it.
I hate this fucking joke.
But he sort of says, we got this mask back. I'm glad you're all here. Have y'all have a good day? I had a really good day.
So far.
Well, Captain Vardigan was
Had a
really
nice
excited that at the job you did, and how to tell you the truth, he wasn't just excited about the mask. He was excited that you didn't try to kill the halflings on sight. There's been a lot of people that have.
Do you know of any
Why are we
halflings that have
on
dressed up
site?
as monkeys?
Yes.
Right there. He's right there.
I actually have.
Who's right there?
But he says yes.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Do we know if any of them worship Asmodeus?
No, I don't know that much. I didn't.
Well, you can't just ask a jungle halfling their religious beliefs, Max.
I didn't get to know.
That's
them.
private.
But Captain Vardigan says they're actually a lot smarter than most of the people that live in the town. I don't know about all that, but
I would not doubt it.
he wants to meet with all of y'all. He says he hopes to have an exciting business opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So, the food on our ship, the Jericho, our ship is the Jericho. It's not great, but I hope you'll enjoy it. He sort of says, all aboard, as the dwarf just sort of grunts.
Do you have the authority to grant us access?
What?
Do you have the authority to allow us to board?
Oh, yes. I do. Right? Do I? As he looks at the dwarf just kind of grunts. What?
Sounds like a
Does he have
yes.
Can he invite us on?
Oh,
I mean, I think the captain invited us on when he sent us the
the
letter.
captain wants you on the boat.
Look, you can't just assume that we're allowed here. I mean, like you can retract consent at any point.
Kevin says the captain wants to meet with you. He was really I told him how easy it was for you to lead me through the forest and how you dealt with those jungle cats. And like I said, he was really impressed by the fact that you didn't just try to mindlessly kill the halflings that live in the forest. And so he wanted to meet you.
All right.
He said you might.
Sounds good enough for me.
He said you might be 2 peas in a pod, I think is the terms he used.
Why are you peeing in pods?
I step aboard the ship.
But the dwarf just sort of nods his head. He doesn't pay you much mind. Whenever you talk, he does turn his head so his listening horn is faced to you instead of his good ear. But as you all climb on board, you can see Kevin pushes you off with some effort and hops into the boat. And it's, like I said, the Jericho is not very close to the rest of the ships. It's perhaps due to the captain's status as a mutineer and hated by most of the town, despite the fact that his status as a mutineer is well known, but actually being killed for it has been essentially suspended or stopped by the Queen of Tides, who has ruled that he's not to be harmed for it. Even so, that doesn't stop him from being ostracized. The Jericho is not a very impressive ship. It is small, it's run down, the mast, the main mast is gone. You can see they do have they're working on replacing it. You do see the trunk has been shaved down and it's being straightened, but it's certainly not finished yet. The supplies on it seem lackluster for the most part, as there's only a few crates of what appear to be salted fish and rum. There are cannons on it, but they all look rusted and old. The only thing that looks kind of impressive is there is a cannon at the bow that has a dragon's head on it that has like flame that's kind of constantly burning in it, like a flamethrower ready to be lit at any time. And the ship itself does not seem to be heavily crewed, as whenever you climb up on this ship, even though it's small, it's only got, from what you can see, Kevin, the dwarf, and 2 other crew. Notably, none of them are elves or Eladrin or Fae at all, which is a little bit unusual from what you've seen walking around the town. It is Kevin, a half-elf. Well, no, Kevin's a human. The dwarf, and a couple of other halflings. These do not look like the halflings from the forest, however. An unusual
What's
crew.
the difference?
They were whatchamacallit? They were gentrified. Their neighborhood was gentrified. Obviously.
No, like actually though, like are they like a different
They're
race
they're main
of halflings,
they're-
or are they like very obviously like in the city?
they come from a different country.
Okay.
They're the halflings. They're halflings, but they come from a different country. They act technically.
They're basically just a different ethnic group of halflings.
Yeah, they come from.
Wasn't sure of like
They come from Skull Ghosts, technically. The halflings that live there are specialized in. Well, if you want to, you can roll a check on halflings from Skull Ghosts, but I don't know if it'll do you any good. Well, or if it will matter. But that would be a history check.
Nah, it's fine. I was just wanting to know like if I could tell like they looked different or if they just were like
Same race,
more adapted
same
to
race,
the
different
urban
culture.
environment.
Same ancestry.
They don't look
different
like
culture.
monkeys.
Okay, hold on now. Bag it up. But same ancestry. They were just raised in a different place. They greet you, but you can see this is not enough crew for this ship. 4 people is not enough for any ship, really. While this isn't a big ship,
We just got shanghaied.
you just got shanghaied. They do greet you, as the 2 halflings nod. One is a young man and one is a young woman, probably 33, 34, bearing a clear family resemblance, as they both have a smattering of freckles across their cheeks. It looks like someone threw dog shit at them through a screen door, as it is just a huge amount of freckles across their face. They have bright blue eyes and almost platinum blonde hair. They grin at you with the same sort of buck teeth. Well, I wouldn't say buck teeth. They have a large gap in their teeth, as they welcome you on board, saying, "Welcome to the Jericho. It's lovely to have you on board. The captain is expecting you."
Why do they sound like Cartman?
That's not how, that's just me making a funny voice. The captain is expecting you.
We're honored.
Of course. I'm afraid that this ship has suffered a fair amount of dishonor in its days, but hopefully those days are soon to be turned around. If you would like to proceed to the captain's cabin. They motion for you to enter. The captain's cabin is a sad state of affairs. It's a little bigger than the storage closet that you've been sharing for free in the inn. A little bit. Luckily, it doesn't seem to have a bunch of people staying in it, but there has been a rectangular table that has been set up. There have been several place settings that have been put out. There's candles that are burning. There's a large decanter of some sort of red wine that sits in the center of the table, and at the head of it, Captain Vardigan, clad in his black robe, the hood now cast down so you can see his face. The first thing you're struck by is how incredibly young he is. Probably not much older than Kevin, with an A. As he has, despite his youth, there is a steely look in his eyes as he stands and you enter, motioning for you to sit down. He says, "Thank you for taking my invitation. To tell you the truth, I was a little bit worried that you would not show up. I would not have blamed you if you didn't. I understand that my reputation is sullied, and while we have had our job together, I would have understood if you had cut ties with what you gained. But please have a seat." See motions for each of you to take a chair.
I take a seat.
Take a seat, you're already
Are
a
we
pirate,
supposed
eh?
to Are we supposed to break these? Is that a custom everywhere here?
No, I'm afraid if you break these, Kevin has to repair them. We only have so many chairs.
I tell him, "Oh, it's really nice for our complimentary dwarven plate mails under our seats."
Yes, each of you has a
Fucking, what is it, fucking Oprah?
complimentary dwarven plate mail and +1 weapon underneath your seat.
Is there a
yeah.
+1 magical implement under mine?
No, you have a +1.
No.
You have a weapon that is a +1 weapon, but it gives you +1 power point. It's called a manifesting weapon.
Hell yeah.
That is an actual weapon. But I've looked through all the weapons. But you sit down, and pretty quickly he says, "So as to business." I'm gonna pause it right there because I have to pee. Captain.
Do you need a couple minutes before combat because I'm downstairs with Ziggy?
That's fine. There's gonna be talking and stuff. As Captain Vardigan Montebank, this man, silver hair, surprisingly young for a captain. silver-like gray eyes, looks at you and he says, "Well, there are certain pleasantries, no doubt, in this dinner, and I hope that you'll enjoy it despite our meager repast. I had hoped to bring you here in matter of speaking on business. I don't want to, I suppose, blindside you with niceties and then suddenly hit you with this. I want you to know up front that this is a matter of business, and if doing business with me is something that you are unable to do, I understand my notoriety within the town. I would not blame you. I would not begrudge you. I would also not want to waste your time if that is something that you are not interested in. But I hope that you are, considering you were willing to do business with me before. But this business might be something of longer term employment." And he sort of looks at you expectantly, like, is that okay?
I have a question. If we're going to be working with you, what's the story? They call you the Mutineer, and when the first time we asked about you, you're cagey and wouldn't divulge. But if we're going to be gainfully employed, I want to know who I'm working for.
Roll diplomacy. Or someone else can try it. If someone else wants to take up that mantle, someone else can roll diplomacy, but they have to chime in themselves.
My diplomacy isn't great. I have a 0.
I have a 0.
I'll do it.
Okay, Ryan can do it.
Alright, Ekmenis, what do you say?
I say, well, we won't be able to answer that question until we know more. Who are we working for?
That is fair. My name is Vardigan Montebank. My father was a pirate of sorts. He didn't own a ship, but he did take out rather predatory loans on people. He was a banker. Certainly not from here. My mother, however, she was an elf of wild spirit. She actually kidnapped my father. Took him from the mainland, and I suppose what started out as a conquest became something more. I tried to take in her footsteps. Tried to be a pirate, but I was always a little bit looked down upon for my half-human heritage in this town. They weren't taking refugees then, so I was a bit of an anomaly. I did get a job on this ship, the Jericho. Just a cabin boy. Swabby. That very deck you walked in on, I used to scrub every day with a brush. But the captain was an Eladrin. An old Eladrin. He had designs to usurp the Queen of Thorns. To put her in her place as he thought it. He was a popular man. Well liked. And the Queen of Thorns told me to kill him. And so I did.
Why label it a mutiny then? Why not make it an assassination?
Insight check.
Because
I am also
I
inside
look
checking.
to you because
Also
he
inside
probably didn't get to make the choice. It was the people's choice.
He seems like
They're
he's
pirates.
telling the truth for the most part. But he says,
The
choice- With the choice, he seems like he's telling the
What
truth.
do I think? Call him with the 21.
Well, he seems like he's mostly telling the truth. Seems like he's mostly telling the truth. But he does say, the choice wasn't necessarily mine, it was the Queen's decree. Better that my reputation be sullied than hers. He was, after all, a very
Yeah, that may be
popular
unpopular if he was
captain.
popular.
He was a popular captain. He did say so. The previous captain was a popular captain, but he was a full-blood Eladrin. He was like a full-blood Fae, like an Eladrin. Eladrin are like closely tied to the Far Realm, and the Queen of Night and Magic is a Fae Queen. And he had designs to maybe rise up, or his family to rise up. He had some sort of design on perhaps usurping or weakening the Queen of Tides, and so she came to him and said, take him out. And he ended up with the blame. But he did it, and in return he gets an actual ship. But he also gets the notoriety.
So he gets labeled a pariah, but he gets rewarded from her.
Yes,
basically.
that's why he's incredibly young, only a half elf, but he does have an actual ship. Even if it's led him to be an ostracized, he is a captain. And that does carry some
Colin?
weight.
Is he a half elf or a half Eladrin?
He is a half Eladrin. That is a good question.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Is-
Are we talking about patricide?
Yes, Max.
Well,
okay. Is there?
his father was a human, so
Oh,
Yeah.
his mother.
Is there
was
any
an
way-
Eladrin.
what's the word for killing your uncle?
Uncle side? Unk side?
Uncicide, yeah.
Do half Eladrins, are they discernibly different from a half elf? I would assume no.
Not really. You really have to look for it.
That's what I thought.
They're very
That's what I
similar.
thought. Okay.
The best way to check it is to whenever Eladrins become like they're caught up in their emotions. They can have like visual changes. Elves don't have visual changes. Eladrins, when they start like getting upset, they can have actual like visual changes, like the Court of Winter, Court of Spring, Court of stuff. They have actual like visual changes. Like if you upset someone, an Eladrin, the air might get a little bit colder as their winter court stuff comes through.
Okay, I got you.
That's why I keep one in a cage.
Despite
That's
all
central
my
heating
rage,
and air.
I'm still an Eladrin in a cage. But he does say, but
I
you
go,
don't.
it's too hot in here, and I'd start poking him
The thing
with a
is,
stick.
you sense he's telling most of the truth, but not necessarily all of the truth. But you're unsure exactly what he's being a little bit deceptive on.
I want to poke him a little bit and like try to get him to tell him more, but I'm not gonna press him if he doesn't. I'll be like, is that really all there is to it?
Well, yes. I mean, what more do you need me to say? I am guilty, as far as they're concerned. If it were not for the intervention, the Queen of Tides, Thunder and Thorns, I would be strung up from the very mast that, well, was recently felled. But due to her intervention, I am allowed to live, but I do carry the notoriety of being a mutineer. I certainly wouldn't be hired onto a larger ship. But to tell you the truth, the Jericho is, it's like it's a home. I find it quite comfortable here. In a way.
No, I mean I get that.
But it is a little bit undermanned. And I'm not going to lie to you or bullshit with you. As much as I love the Jericho, the upcoming trials, they're an opportunity. Not just to be a pirate, to take over a living ship. For someone like myself to rise to the station of a captain of that would be unheard of.
So, I would lean forward and ask, what would you do if you got the captaincy of a living ship?
Do you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I think I'd turn that boat around and whatever the Queen of Tides thinks about her living ships, I don't think I'd ever want to see this place again. There's a vast world filled with unknown people. People I've never met. People that are like me. People that are not bound by the constraints of their ancestry, where they grew up. I'd like to meet them, see them, help them.
Is that not something you could do in your current ship?
The current ship I operate, well, it is my ship, it operates under the flag of the Queen. Every living ship is different, though. That's why the captaincies are so valuable.
Was that a term of your agreement for this, for killing the Eladrin?
It was one of them.
And so this is not just a way for you to, you know, show them, but also win your freedom back.
Every pirate that takes over a captaincy in this non-living ship, they have quotas. We have certain bills to fill. We have to do a certain amount of raiding and plundering to be brought back to Alvalindra. You might be surprised to know, despite the amount of captains, you don't see a lot of clutter. Most of that goes back into the Fae, to her family. But it is what I agreed to. And I am a man of my word.
If I could ask, what do you think of the other captains of the living ships?
They've won their captaincy for a reason. They are the best of the best. Not every one of them was the strongest, but most of them were the wiliest, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most brazen, the most inventive. To tell you the truth, it's not always the biggest ship to win. Sometimes it's just the crew that wants it more that wins.
So I was speaking with someone earlier, and they mentioned that taking up the living ship captaincy requires that you set aside piracy and like personal goals,
Yes.
and you're kind of working towards a bigger cause. It doesn't sound like that's what you want, though.
I would disagree. That's exactly what I want. I don't want to be bound to a life of piracy. I don't want to meet quotas. The Queen. I want to see and meet people and understand things. I'm very young.
Yeah.
And there's a vast worlds, really, to explore. And I feel constrained. I know it's difficult to understand.
I can kind of understand it, but yeah.
Right now, bound to Jericho as I am, I have things that I have to, quotas that I have to meet. To be a captain of a living ship, I would no longer need them. I know that you're not from here.
Right.
But I was raised on the legends of this living ship. To understand that the captains weren't just pirates. They weren't just plunderers. They were explorers, and they were meant to change the world. At least that's the legends I grew up on. I suppose I don't truthfully know how true they are. I hope they're true.
Right, because mainly it sounded like they still work for the Queen, whereas you don't seem to want to do that.
He says, I don't know. Everything I've been told of is that they've got freedom. I had never heard of them plundering. But they do, I suppose. They are able to speak with the Queen. But only the captains of those living ships know what they're doing, to tell you the truth.
Right.
So, yeah, he doesn't know how to exactly explain it. It's not a life of piracy, but as to answering to the Queen, he's not. That might be the case, although it might be the Queen's asking them to do something other than piracy. But he doesn't know. That's just what he's heard from the tales.
Okay. Mostly, I'm just trying to get a feel of, is what he's saying kind of jiving with what I heard the other people saying? Because it feels like if he got the ship and then just ran off with it, he'd probably be pursued.
That is potentially probably true. But he doesn't necessarily believe, or at least he doesn't. He believes that he'll have the freedom of it. That's just what he believes, though. Whether that's true or not, you don't know. I know it's a, maybe it's a ridiculous dream. There's elves that have lived for hundreds of years that are going to be taking part of these sea trials. It'd probably be wiser for me to spend another couple of decades in the service of piracy and hopefully retire one day. Then when I die, I can be tossed out into the jungle. But I know I'll not live to see another living ship in my lifetime. This is my one chance.
So basically, he wants to help you escape from here.
This is my one chance, and I don't even have a skeleton crew. I did what needed to be done at the Queen's behest. And because I suffer that notoriety, I have little more than a handful of people. I need capable fighters, and you've proven yourself that. I understand you may not be capable seamen.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
afraid I
hey,
have.
buddy. My seamen are very capable. Okay.
Um, might I ask? You mentioned there's some kind of challenge or trials, or
Yes.
what are these? Like, you know,
Whenever it's time for a living ship to be captained, it is not merely a personal preference of the Queen of Thorns. Whenever there is a ship to be captained, there is a trial, a naval battle, within sight of Alvalindra itself out in the Bay of Thorns. Every captain pilots their ship into combat. The last ship standing, that captain inherits the living ship. And while I would be sad to lose my Jericho, I would be willing to trade it for a living ship. So, and this sea trial. This ain't a fucking like, I knock you unconscious. This people die, ships sink.
are you gonna have the mast up in time?
Should be. It's the actual date of the trial has not been announced, but it should be within the next month or two. I'll have the mast up and running by then. But
All right.
I understand. I am a small ship, and the Jericho, compared to like a lot of the ships, it's fucking tiny. It ain't shit. It's too small. It's undermanned. Doesn't have enough cannons. But it's got spirit.
It's also faster than them, probably.
It is also fast.
Is Spirit the name of the battering ram I hope you have at the front,
No, but
so that we can use that speed?
there is a weapon. A powerful
We can just
weapon.
tie Max to the front of it, and he works the battering ram. He's made of rock.
Don't worry, Rick. I'm expositoring. There is a powerful weapon, one that could turn the battle in anyone's favor should they go get it. But it's a dangerous one to get. One I would not ask you off the bat to get. There is time still. At the very least, I want the mast repaired. But this weapon is at the bottom of the ocean, sunk in a previous trial some 400 years ago. It did not do its ship the service that one would hope, but it is a powerful weapon.
It's still serviceable, being at the bottom of the ocean?
Yes, it is made of mithril. It does not rust.
Okay.
What is it?
Mithril. You just said that.
Yeah.
No, I know that. But what is the weapon?
Have you ever heard of a dragon's head mortar?
No.
Yeah, one of my friends threatened to do that onto my bed.
There have been 3 that have been crafted. 2 of them are on the Queen's flagship, the first living ship. The third, well, it was employed in one of the sea trials and unfortunately failed. I wish I could say it was foolproof, but obviously it is not. But it is a powerful weapon, a relic. Some say it's capable of sinking a ship with a single shot, although if there's 2 ships, I suppose one single shot would not be enough. I don't know the actual
Unless they're locked together and being boarded.
I don't know the
Maybe
actual
you could sink to.
specifics of it. It is a legend.
Ah,
But my mother, she had a map for it. Said she knew its location down in the depths. And I have that map.
interesting.
How do you plan on retrieving it?
He sort of tilts his head a little bit, but that's where you come in. I asked you here for a reason.
Oh, he gave me the dwarven armor so I would sink.
Ah,
Thinking ahead.
I asked you all here for a reason. And I know you're welcome to say no, and I'll not begrudge you that. I understand my position. But I would ask you to all join the crew of the Jericho. Help prepare it, and then, when it's time to participate in that sea trial, the Battle of the Bay of Thorns, then afterwards, who knows? To serve on the crew of a living ship is an honor. And you would be no mere cabin boys, no mere deck's hands. I would trust you. You would be my lieutenants, my seconds in command, my right-hand men and women.
You're good time boys.
My counsel.
Swiss cheese.
I understand I am young, and I have much to learn. And I would be willing to take your advice, to go where you think it's interesting. My goal ultimately is to escape from my quota, escape from Alvalindra, and see just what these world and what these planes have.
Okay. But how do you plan on retrieving it from the bottom of the ocean?
that is an important question.
Well,
I can't really. I'm a bit of a landlubber. Swimming's not really the best skill that I have.
you don't necessarily have to swim. It is within my power to procure potions of underwater breathing.
I say I don't need to breathe, period, and I already sink. We just need a way to get me back up.
I don't think that's a flex. That's what the flex you think it is.
I would send you down
It
there
might prove useful.
with potions of underwater breathing, and I would retrieve the item. Well, you don't even have to retrieve it. You can just attach a hoist to it. We do have a crane on board, and we could send the crane down, but you would have to find it. I do know the location of it generally, but I don't know exactly where.
So how deep are we talking?
He sort of scratches his neck and says, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know anything on the topic. Really, beyond some mild reading, but doesn't it get really dark underwater and really like it crushes you or something?
Well, the underwater breathing potions, they deal with the pressure as well, and there are sun rods that emit light that they don't require a flame.
Okay.
But
also, I just realized my character has dark vision.
But
I don't know if that works underwater.
He sort of scratches his neck. It shouldn't be more than 600-700 feet.
What about the monsters? The ocean filled with sea monsters.
Well, that's why I'm looking for people that can fight.
Right, but if you drop us and we're holding a light, we are the target for every sea monster, which
In
means your
existence.
ship is also the target for every sea monster.
Yeah, it might be better to go without light.
That I mean that would be
Or
that would
Look,
be
I know that your mom had the map to it, but there's got to be someone else who knows who this thing is. There's a reason they haven't gone for it.
well, yeah, the monsters.
it is
I
dangerous.
mean, yeah.
He's not like it's gonna be a drop down and get it. It's dangerous down there.
Like, no offense, Captain, but this does feel like a last ditch, everything or nothing effort to move up in life.
He looks at you and he says, "You're right. This is my
And oh, go ahead.
this is my last ditch effort. This is the only chance I'll get at this. There's not gonna
And
be
so
a sea trial in my life. Another sea trial in my life. I'm half elf. I'll die. And this is my chance."
And so I think what he's asking us to do is take that risk that the other people who may or may not know where this is aren't willing to.
Yes,
Oh, I got that. It's just
It's a risk, yes.
it is absolutely. He's not saying it's not as simple as you're not just diving down, but that's why he wants people that can fight, people that are made of sterner stuff. Not just his crew. He could drop, the twins overboard, but they're not fighters. But he says you're.
And
How-
where
how-
exactly?
He says, "You know what? You're right, and then maybe it is selfish."
No. It's just making
No,
sure
it is
everyone
selfish.
understands. It's more just I'm making sure everyone understands the level of commitment that we're going for here.
no. It's very dangerous and life threatening. Yeah, yeah.
It's very, very significant.
I'm not going to gird my request in trappings of altruism. I want to see the world. I want to get away. I want to be my own
To not be
captain at the end of the day. To not have quotas and
to not be trapped in a port where everyone hates you for the rest of your life.
to be trapped to not be trapped where I'm the mutineer.
Yep, I could understand that.
You would be rewarded for it. I'm not asking you to do it for free. Not only that, you would if we win this ship, you would have the world, the plains at your fingertips.
Would we, or
Right.
would you? And we are dragged along.
That's a fair question.
Well, theoretically, okay.
But you would all be advisors. I recognize the wisdom. I know some of you are older than I am.
Quite a bit, yes.
I'm just happy to go somewhere else.
Well, then why do you need this ship to do it? Just leave. You're not wanted here.
If I'm not the captain of a
Give up
living
your
ship,
captain.
I'm not wanted here.
Give up your captaincy and leave.
I'm not wanted here by the town. I am wanted here by the queen.
Right, but what prevents you from just giving up your position and leaving?
You don't give up a captaincy once it's undertaken. There are contracts.
The queen is a fae, right?
Yes.
So, are these contracts magical in nature?
They are indeed.
Ah. when would you be planning on doing this endeavor?
All I know is that the trial is to take place in at least a month or two, so I would want to do it within the next few weeks. Obviously, I want the mast repaired. The next few weeks.
Okay, I think that gives us plenty of time to work things out.
If you need to prepare, you have weeks to do it. Perhaps a month.
I'm gonna use my insight. I'm gonna say on the party, and I look at the party. What is the party thinking of this? Do I think?
I mean, realistically, it's stupid.
Oh yeah.
But like,
Sertu probably wouldn't show a lot. Unless she was very obviously not interested. So, like, better than neutral.
Okay. Anyone else have a strong one way or the other they might be showing on their face?
Ildar has no face. Blank crystal.
yeah,
All right.
I mean,
Can't.
I don't even need an answer now. As I said, there will be at least a month or so before I need you to go seek this thing out. Time to prepare, time to make up your mind. I
think
I would not begrudge you for choosing an alternate path. I understand my notoriety.
It's not your. It's not that. It's that this is.
it's a tall ask. That
That's not the word Akminos would use.
It's a deep ask.
It's buffoonery.
I mean, this ship ain't gonna win without something special.
You want to drop me off the side of. You want to drop me off the side of a boat to sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Yep.
To pull up a giant cannon.
Yep.
So, question. Hold on.
Not only a giant cannon that apparently failed in another sea trial.
So,
It's like, is it
as
serviceable?
captain, I mean, we don't know yet. We'll have to find that out.
You don't know yet.
Yeah.
But
You do know it's made of mithril, so it wouldn't rust or...
let's say
that doesn't mean it works.
Yeah.
let's say we do this and we get this weapon, and lo and behold, it works perfectly, and you become captain of this.
And then you
Living
steal
ship.
her ship.
But it may not be stealing though, because I was talking to one of the green. What were they called?
The green shapers.
I was actually talking to one of the green shapers today. That's working on the ship. And he mentioned the queen sends them out into the world to do things for the betterment.
The queen does. He
Yes.
doesn't want the queen too.
Well, that's what I asked, and he said he actually doesn't know if he minds the queen as long as he gets to leave. And leave is what she sends them to do.
How is that different than being a captain?
Because they don't have to do piracy. They operate for the benefit of others around them in the ships. Effectively, the piracy funds her philanthropy.
But he's still beholden to her.
Yes,
which
he
is
would
the
be.
thing he wants to avoid. He wants to no longer be.
So we'll need to discuss that. But let's just say we work that out. Okay? This is best case scenario the whole way through. Hold on, just wait for my question.
He's beholden to her no matter He's already beholden to her, no matter what.
Look, so best case scenario all the way through. In fact, the Queen's only order to him as new captain of this ship is go and do what you want.
Go be a cool guy someplace.
Right. Okay, so let's say that happens. What, you said you want to go see people and stuff, but with a ship this powerful that can, literally travel between planes in what sounds like a few, like an instant, I have a proposal that would make me more willing to risk my life to help you.
Are we getting gay married?
And I'll see what the group thinks of this. I look at them. My home got completely destroyed last year. Everyone I knew, except for our friends here, turned into something or died. And from what I've heard, it's spreading. More and more places are getting overrun by whatever the hell those creatures are.
Far realm radiation.
If you want us to help you, if you want me to help you, a goal of your journeys and travels needs to be finding out the source of what these horrors are and how we can stop it. Because I don't think we're going to get a tool more capable of doing that working as freaking innkeeper errand boys. I think this is a chance for us as a party as well.
I agree.
But
That was only a secondary home to me.
Max, you've seen 2 homes now be taken over by far realm people.
Yeah, the Crystal Brook and this bitch.
And New Crystal
fucking
Brook and
Vandalheim.
Vandalheim.
But I'm bound to a living tree in my my home, and I don't know what happens to me if it's gone. And I don't know what would happen to any of my family and any of the people that I left behind a long time ago to be with my wife if it were to be destroyed. So I would ideally like to be able to fix that.
so that would require a commitment from you, potential future captain. Would you be willing to use your newfound freedom to help us?
I've seen enough suffering in this world. Pillaging and raiding. I should like to see some good done within it. If it is within my power, I would happily do so.
Insight check.
He seems like he's telling the truth. You've never,
All right,
you've never really gotten anything like of deception from him. He's always been pretty upfront with you. He's willing to tell you, yeah, I'm a mutineer. I've done what I did. I had my reasons. And now he seems like he's...
I don't think this dude's lying at this point.
He doesn't
Why
seem
would you
like
lie
he's
about
lying.
something this ridiculous?
He's kind of seems like he's like, yeah, I was kind of brought into this. He's in this world. He's not necessarily of this city. Kind of like you. He's only a half elf. He's only half Eladrin. He's been pushed into a circumstance, maybe considering his youth, he didn't necessarily understand in becoming this mutineer. And now he's kind of seeking at least some sort of freedom out, even if he ultimately answers to the Queen of Thorns and Tides. At least he wouldn't have to be a pirate anymore. Maybe he can go see the world or see the plains, and maybe he can do some good. As he's basically given a long leash, essentially. How long that
Why
leash
can you
is,
not
you
see
don't
the world
know.
as a pirate?
Because he has quotas to fill. He has to
Right.
raid.
So you. Right, and you can raid other places, and you can go see them.
Well, he's got basically the nearby places he can raid. He has to be able to go
Because
raid.
you still
and
gotta
bring
come
them
back.
Right, and that's not. That's what I'm
He-
saying.
he's
It
certainly
doesn't
Also,
make it-
his ship
doesn't
isn't
make
very
any
big.
difference.
He's certainly not going to the Feywild or the Astral Sea in this fucking piece of shit. You know? He
It's
ain't-
just it's strange to be like, I don't want to work for this company anymore. That's why I'm trying to get promoted.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't
Well-
want to do the job. He can still stay in the same company.
That's like saying, I don't want to be a factory worker, I want to be a manager. I mean, sure.
He's interested in lengthening his leash, essentially. Getting to see, maybe do some good. All the pirates here have a quota to fill. His ship is not very big and it can't go very far. It's basically limited to the nearby regions of Vandalheim, Skolgos, the Arab one, the Arabian
Ashkashar.
Nights one, Ashkashar. That's sort of what he's limited to. They're the only ones that are close enough for his ship to get to. He wants to go farther. He wants to see more. He wants to do more.
Why did you agree to be a captain in the first place? If you don't want to be a pirate.
Because I didn't understand it at the time, what that would entail.
That's
make
what I
mistakes.
know. And you're also making a lot of assumptions about what this other job will entail.
All I know is I've never seen a living ship return for more than a couple of days every year or two.
Right, what if they don't have to? What if they go raid entire planes and it's teleported to her?
So I will speak to that. The Green Shaper told me that the living ships do no raiding of any kind.
They're explorers.
Right, that's what they tell the people. I'm not inclined to believe that the Fae who makes contracts to bind a whole fleet to her sometimes is like, yeah, I just kind of like someone who wins a raffle.
We could go talk to said queen.
You could indeed.
Yeah.
You have learned something that she
Yeah.
likes. You could win her
Because
over.
because she is trustworthy for this.
But all
Well, if we make the right deal with her, then it will magically be enforced
really all he
as
can
the deal we made.
all he can tell you is what he knows, and he knows that the living ships have a much longer leash than he does on the Jericho.
They are gone for longer. You don't know what that entails.
Well,
is
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
you also don't know what that entails.
Correct.
In all
And
fairness, though,
I'm
he's-
inclined to believe the Fey Queen with soul contracts probably does not have your best interest in mind.
It's not a soul contract, it is a magical contract. Your soul ultimately is not at stake, that is a devil's contract. But you can suffer.
Then now
because
you're
of it.
talking like a devil.
But you don't know.
Look,
You-
man, I'm a TIE fleet. I'm not getting tricked into contracts with powerful beings.
At the end of the day, you only know what he knows, and he genuinely believes that if he can win this living ship, he will be given a long enough leash to satisfy his desire for a freedom. And that does go in consort with what Mike learned about there are less raiders and more explorers and helpers. But why that is the case, or what does that mean? He doesn't know. The queen, if you want to go talk to her and try to go down that road, you could go talk with her about it. Her motives are...
I don't believe anything she says about it.
Her motives are unknown, essentially. But she does seem to have motives. And you do, like I
Well,
said, the queen loves bawdy songs, hard drinks, and brothels.
So here's a question for you, Ryan. You don't have your character's name next to your name.
It's Akmenos.
Akmenos.
There you go.
Goodness.
Okay, so you have some valid criticism that there's some unknowns there, but do you have any alternative to what we could possibly do? Because the way I see it, we're scraping by and we'll never get anywhere
Well, then
unless
you
we
leave.
take a chance. What?
You don't have to stay here.
That is true.
You
You,
But
can take
go
your
where?
chance
you can't. There are indeed.
anywhere. You aren't bound to a Fey Queen.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Well, there are indeed places to go. There is.
I can be a refugee anywhere, but I'll have an opportunity to be involved in something that could have an impact on what happened back home. In none of them. None of those places.
You could go to Skelgos and do monster hunting, or you could go to Ashkashar and do the political stuff. Instead
Right,
of
none of which
Alvalentra,
would
the
ultimately
pirate
help.
place.
None of which would ultimately help. So I say what we do is we go talk to the queen.
I
But
fully intend to.
we go talk to the queen and we offer to make a deal.
We do not offer to make a deal.
No,
I'm
we
just
do
saying,
because that's how this works.
I am a tiefling, and you guys are awfully confident that extra planar beings who have power over you or have your best interest in heart.
No, I don't think they have our best interest at heart.
I don't think
we just
anybody
need
has
it
my
to
best
be
interest in heart.
we just need it to be written into whatever contract we end up with that we get to do the thing that we want to do.
The issue is, what with that, Mike, is that we are not in that contract. We would just be on his ship.
He is, and we are
He is in a
bound to what
contract.
he does.
He is asking you to be
Right,
basically
so-
cabin boys. Cabin boys and
So,
girls.
no, but what I'm saying is before we do this, we, as in him as well, goes to the queen and offers a deal. If we win, we get to do
Before-
this certain thing.
Before we do that, I don't care if anyone else goes. I fully intend to go to her and try to befriend her. Since you say she likes body songs and hard drink.
hard
and
drinking,
brothels.
body songs, hard drinking brothels. She loves them all.
I will leave that to you.
I play the harp. If anybody would like to come with me to help, that's fine. If not, I don't care. But I fully intend to get some other information,
Go.
whether or not it's truthful.
It does seem like he's asking us to risk our lives so that we can be bound to him who is bound by a contract.
But we're not bound to him.
Thing
If
is-
we're
Okay,
on
so
the
he
boat
dropped.
in the
So
middle of
he
the
dropped
ocean,
us
yes,
in the
we
plane
are.
of air. Then one day,
Okay, then get off the boat and start swimming out to a new fucking continent.
I was saying, the
Ryan.
thing is,
Jesus.
he's asking you to take a chance.
all right. I'm
You're-
sorry.
You're right.
Like I understand, Akmenos, what your concern is. What else am I supposed to do? I have to trust someone.
I don't know. We haven't attempted to explore any other options.
Well, I mean, we've got time to decide. He even
Yeah.
said we don't have to have a decision for a month.
I know, but you want to go talk to the queen and make a deal with her.
We don't have to do that right now.
The
I'm just saying it's something we should do.
The queen is not off in some far-off tower. She can be found pretty easily in a lot of bars and a lot of brothels every night around here. She is not an aloof and distant ruler. She's looking for that snatch every night. She's down for it.
My issue, Ak, is that you said there's nothing we could do to make you trust it, which just feels like you're throwing the whole situation away without being willing to look at it.
No, that's not what I said.
Well, then what
They
did
aren't
you say?
trustworthy. They are by their
Yeah.
nature not trustworthy.
Yes.
Neither are devils, and you're a devil. So, like, what do you want?
I know. I'm in this situation because of people making stupid decisions.
Well,
We're in
I
this
think-
situation because a fucking spacemen came to the city we were living in and fucked everything up, and we happened to pick place with pirates.
You did indeed.
it's gonna be pirates, and they're not very trustworthy. But that's what we have.
You've got sexy
No, it just
elf
it
pirates.
seems silly that the first option is jump into the ocean. Hopefully, don't die.
That's
that
not
wasn't
get
the
him-
first
that-
option.
that's not first
That's
option.
the option to give us a good weapon later.
that's potential.
Yeah, we don't actually have to do that. We could just go with the ship as is.
He just said that would
Okay.
help. That would help the cause.
Okay. Do you
He
know
also
the
said that
other
the ship
boat?
can't win.
He doesn't think.
Do
he
you
could.
know the other boats in this thing?
Is sabotage allowed?
Probably.
I might ask for sabotage.
anything.
If we
They're,
don't need to
they're
sabotage
pirates.
them, we
Anything
just
is
know-
allowed.
If we just know what the boats are and we can strategize how to beat them, because maybe they all have strong boats, but they have really weak crews. In which case, we can be a boarding party and we can go on and beat the shit out of them or something like that.
That's
Or
true.
you
Like
could
a-
become
like
a
a-
prostitute and give
I
them all
know-
an STD that cripples their ability to perform on the ship.
I don't know if you can do that in a
what?
month.
That is.
But
that
I
is-
do
that is a
know
plan.
that every single one of those fucking pirates is going to be drinking the night before. And if some unfortunate chemicals made it into their drinks, that left them doggedly sick for at least one day.
You know, you do know you're going to be going against ships that are bigger and they have better armaments, but are they better manned? That is a question mark. Do they have a better crew if you join this crew?
There's
don't
4
know.
people here.
There's 4 people with, not including you.
Oh, 5. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. Do we know what the other ships are? And we possibly we can plan around them and know what they're capable of. And,
It's possible you could go to look around and look at the sort of gather intel on the ships over the next. Because like I said, it's not happening tomorrow. It would be months.
why?
Look, just wet their-
He knows
look.
what they are.
Just wet
If
their
there's the other
powder the
captain.
day before, like they're fucked.
Even though the Captain
Don't
Vardigan
know if
doesn't know
we
all
got-
the
that They
people.
have black powder.
Captain Vardigan doesn't know all the people. You know, there's probably going to be people that are in the taverns bragging about how they're going to take part in the sea trials in a month or two, and you could go to their ships and be like, oh, this ship isn't enough to worry about, we can kill them, and we could, or this ship is a problem to worry about, maybe we could sabotage it. There's more than one way to go about this. His suggestion was he does know that there is a powerful cannon that could be useful. You don't necessarily have to go down that road. That was just the one he suggested.
Okay.
What he asked is would you join my crew? And then from
Alright,
there
well,
we could go
first,
see the world.
I ask him, how far out is it?
The sea trial is at least
No. How far out in the ocean is the object?
not very far at all. It was sunk
Okay.
in the previous sea trial, so it's literally
Can I
within
roll a
sight range
nature
of the
check?
coast.
Can I roll a nature check to see if I know what creatures are out in that specific area to determine how dangerous it is? for us?
Yes.
Okay. I got a 15, Colin.
There are chances are if within the sight range of the city there is a reef, essentially like a underwater reef, and it is home to a lot of kuatoa.
Okay, so there are Kuatoa there. There aren't like fucking leviathans.
No, there's not a kraken. As far as you know,
Okay.
the thing is,
Yeah, so
since
water goblins.
the far
Oh,
realm happened, and that's changing up. But previously, it was all just kuatoa. Not
Okay.
you're
So
not
there are
you're not
mostly
fighting a
Kuatoa
kraken.
there. There aren't actual like quote unquote sea monsters in that area.
I mean, Kuoto, I guess you could view as a sea monster.
No, yeah,
of sorts.
I
but-
know, but the difference between a fucking
There's no
bloop
sea
and,
serpents,
and,
leviathans,
yeah.
gargantuan-sized creatures, whatever.
Yeah, that.
So it's right in the bay, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they happened in a previous sea trial.
So
and
when
all
we
the sea
pull it
trials,
up, what stops 15 other ships from attacking us to also get it? And the fight starts right there.
you can try to do it under secrecy, or you can actually just fight them off for it. Maybe a lot of them might not know what you're going for. You don't know exactly how he got this knowledge, although he did say it's something his mom knew.
Yeah, it's from a map she had, so I'm gonna assume it's not
I
exactly
know-
widespread knowledge, but like.
I know there's a map. But when we have a big crane and we pull it up, everyone goes, oh shit, they got the super gun. Let's go attack the boat that's half sunk with 8 people on it.
They don't necessarily know it's
I
the
mean,
super gun, for one thing.
They also were specifically told by the queen to not fuck with him.
They're also, like I said, they don't necessarily know it's super gun. Two, you don't necessarily have to do.
They are literally fucking with them every day. We stopped that.
They're not supposed to fucking kill him, Ryan. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they can't take the thing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Ryan,
sure.
remember, we scared his attackers off by just mentioning that the queen might have been there.
Like,
Yeah, but-
ideally,
And, like,
yeah.
out in the middle of the open in front of the whole bay, you think they're going to try to assassinate him?
On top of that,
Also,
No,
they're-
that's not even what Ryan's saying. He's trying to say that they show up and they fight us for the
And
thing.
they take it.
on top of that, who said
realistically,
if
we just don't do it immediately, like right now,
you could do it at
if
night?
we do it closer to
You
do
could-
it at night. Do it closer to the fucking actual thing.
You could
So we're not just like sitting with it for over a month.
you could
I
attach
don't know.
you could attach the
We're
crane.
already going underwater.
I said,
Doing it at night seems more dangerous.
You could.
because
I mean, if
we
it's
have
already.
more
I mean,
time
if
visibility.
at that
different.
if it's dark down there, doing it at night doesn't matter at all.
Well, if it's a reef, I'm going to if there is a close reef, then I'm going to assume it's not pitch black and light still penetrates and we can see.
Yeah, I mean, you've
Yeah,
got
so we
sunrod.
do it on the night
Sunrod's
of the full moon.
sunrod's light underwater. So they have, I think 100 feet of white light is a sunrod. But you don't even have if you pull it up, you don't even have to pull it on the boat. You could just tie it next to the ship and then go somewhere.
Drag it along as you sail away.
They don't know what you're getting.
Well, counterpoint to we can wait. To an extent we can't wait because it has to be mounted to the ship, which I imagine is not.
But you've
you
got
know.
And it probably has to be repaired.
You've got
Yeah,
but you do
and
have months
tested.
to do it. Because it's at least going to be a month,
yeah,
probably 2.
Yeah, I agree. I know. I'm just saying, like it's.
And I did make a friend with one of the people building the new ship, so I might have it in for getting a heads up and when it starts to get ready.
Is Kevin here?
Kevin's not at the actual dinner itself, but he is on the board.
Well, I asked if we can get Kevin to come in here because Kevin's going to be the one who is probably going to have the device to bring it up. 1 and 2, he's going to be the one to attach it. So we need the information from him how that's all going to work out.
You call him in. He looks sort of excited as he pops in the doorway, sort of waves his hand. Yeah, I'm here.
Kevin, how do you plan on retrieving this item if we find it? And 2, how do you plan to attach it and how long will it take to attach it?
Well, that's a lot of questions.
Yeah, well, we need a lot of answers for this.
If you can attach it, the winch will pull it up in no time at all. We've got a strong winch. It shouldn't take it very long at all, and the problem would be going down and finding it. Pulling it up is not really a problem.
How long will the winch take to pull it up?
What's the depth?
The guess
500
is
feet.
700 to 500 feet. So not.
He sort of scratches his head. Sort of says, if we got the whole crew working on it, probably shouldn't take more than 10, 15 minutes. That's not that.
That's a lot better than I expected.
That's not honestly. That's not that far for the winch. Well, once you like I said, you've got the length of rope. The finding it, sort of attaching it. That's the problem. Pulling it up, we can do that pretty fast.
Can't your robot things go down and get it? Do that or no?
Well, they can't sink. They float. They're wood.
Well, people also don't sink; they float. But they can push themselves down.
Well, I can't exactly put lead weights in a wood construct scarab. There's not anywhere to put it.
Can you not build them in a way in which they could propel themselves down through pushing motions?
I guess I could, but it would be taking.
Well, now why can't you use a ballast?
So just a question. We never established how intelligent these little things are, and would they even recognize what we're going for?
They are literally a mindless construct. They're literally just wooden scarabs.
So, like, we could send them down, but unless they perfectly hit the thing is, they're just gonna drag up a rock.
It's not like a big scarab. It's a scarab swarm. So each one would have to have ballast. You know.
Yeah, I don't honestly think that would work.
Because I mean, if that we could do that, then we could literally send them down while they retrieve it, and we stay on the boat and we fight off anyone who comes to try to fuck with us. Which is,
or we could just send like a few of us down and keep a few of us on the boat.
No, that also sounds stupid because we don't know what we're gonna run into down there. If there's a swarm of Kuotoa, 2 of us are gonna be able to fight them off.
2 of us will also be like less likely to be noticed at all. If all of us go down, then 1, the top is left open, and 2, we're more likely to be noticed by a bunch of Kuotoa when there's a group of like 5 to 6 creatures wandering around on the seafloor.
Neither of those sound ideal.
They're
not ideal. None of it is going to be ideal.
Yeah, it is a this is not something that he's asking us to do because it's such a swell plan. It's he wants to take a big risk for a big reward.
No, I got that, but the more we look at it, the worse it gets as we go along.
I mean, I don't think it's changed at all for me. In other words, what I'm saying is nobody has said anything that I haven't really, like, it doesn't make it any worse. It's already bad. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still fine with all of it. Like, I'm not going to be like, yes, I'm going to sign a contract to join your crew, but I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine probably joining your crew for this thing, at least for tonight. You can consider me a yes or something.
He doesn't seem like he's an asshole.
No,
he's not the one I'm worried about.
It's not that. It's more of a.
But he is young.
Hey, he's young, dumb, and full of cum.
We could also Thunder Skybox. Colin?
We could also just get more information about the seafloor in that general area for whatever reason.
We've got a lot of time.
Give other people just to get a little bit more knowledge about it. Because if it's like, oh yeah, I happen to know these Kuotoa down here. They're actually pretty chill if you're just not rude to them or whatever. Like, that could be fine.
I'm pretty sure they're extra-dimensional beings that are just there trying to destroy the world.
Kuotoa are fish.
Kuotoa are fish people.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Colin said that they're aberrations from the other dimension.
Kuotoa generally worship aboleths, which are monstrosities.
Aboleths are big-ass things that like to be worshipped, though. They like playing at being a god.
Yeah, but we
So they deceive, in other words.
out of
Yes.
character. We have dealt with Kuatoa before. They
Yes.
are typically nice. We just really don't want to deal with an aboleth, but we don't have to go like actively searching for it.
Yeah, but even out of character, I'm saying that given the
I
setting.
doubt there's an aboleth down there.
No, I'm
I
not saying
doubt
there's
there is
there's an
too.
aboleth. I'm saying that the Kuatoa, given the setting, are probably aggressive.
Yes.
I mean, maybe if they were that aggressive, we would be hearing about Kuatoa attacks on people near the shoreline, or
No, 'cause
out,
they're
No,
not
out
on the
on like
shoreline.
No,
main-
I don't think the Kuatoa are Super Saiyans. I don't think there's an aboleth down there.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. I also don't get the impression that a small group of Kuatoa would be an issue. But if there is something that we don't know about that people do know about that's more recently been down there, like yeah, that's information that we could like try and search out. That way we know.
No, the small group of Kuatoa isn't a problem, but it is if there's only like 2 of us down there. Then they become a problem.
I mean, I didn't say just put 2 people. I just meant like a
You
few
literally
of
said
us
split
stay.
the party. We only have 5
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That
put
means there are
3
either
down
2
and
or
3
3
up.
going down.
And we also have the ability to have potentially other people on the ship as crew, so we're not really.
Yeah, I'll turn to the guy. How big are you able to recruit anyone?
Well, if you join, we'll have enough crew to man the ship, but we do have
No,
at least an extra cabin for if you want to bring someone along.
If aside from us, how many more people can this ship hold?
Because if we're underwater doing this dangerous rescue mission of an artifact, who is going to be helping you operate the ship, potentially when it's going to be under attack?
Well, I suppose I have the people up
So
top.
you'd need a full crew up here.
Yeah. He would need a full crew. Ideally, he has a full crew of people so we can all go down as 5 just in case the worst happens.
I do have
Right.
room for one more crew beyond just you and everyone else assembled.
If I join, my wife is coming with me.
Yeah.
If you're sharing a cabin, that's
okay.
You know, I have room for.
Metagaming,
I have an extra
she's-
cabin.
I
Basically,
mean, she's not like a.
She's part and parcel. You know, she's
Yeah.
she
Yes.
comes along.
Yeah, I get that, but like I'm saying, she's not helping. She's not fighting off full pirates by herself. So like,
No,
I mean,
so
she's-
you
mean,
but
She might.
I mean you don't know.
She's
don't know what
she's
she
not
might,
not a fighter. She's just not like a player character.
You don't know what
fighter.
you don't know what that frying pan do.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like it's not like she comes
But-
along, all our problems are
said-
solved.
I said she was a craftswoman and an apprentice druid.
But she
That
does
was
not
from
count.
the beginning.
She doesn't
She's
count
not
towards.
useless.
She counts towards Amal's cabin, Asurtu's cabin. You know, I'm not gonna be like,
I'm just saying,
you've
like,
got an
she's
empty
not gonna
cabin. Well,
fold in self-defense is what I'm
it's
saying.
more like you have the if you want to go and if you're like, man, I gotta get somebody that can at least stay up top and protect the crew. You can go see maybe if there's a fighter or someone that is inclined to do that to recruit to the crew because you have one cabin slot and something. And the reality is, if you're going down there and kicking the hornet's nest, then the hornet's nest is gonna swarm around you. So there might be a stray hornet that you have protected, but ultimately they're not gonna go up top and attack the ship. They're gonna be focused on you.
I think we're more worried about other pirates attacking the ship.
That's
is
when
the
you
concern
got
that was
to worry
brought up.
about maybe doing it at night. Maybe you can disguise, like you don't know. You can paint the ship and change the name and pretend you're a fishing boat out in the harbor at night. There's a lot of ways that you could go about doing it with some subterfuge, but that's just sort of you have to think about. You can paint the ship name that says Jericho and change it to Siren and pretend you're a fishing ship. There's a lot of opportunities. You don't necessarily have to just be like, I'm out here in the middle of the ocean as this clear ship, Jericho, the Mutineer ship, getting something up. There's ways to go around that. That's the point. But you did ultimately settle on the elven pirate place. So
Yeah, I am not having many problems with this.
I will say, you've never gotten anything from Captain Vartigan that has, even though he has been a little bit deceptive at times, he's never shown malice. Or he's also always offered you, like, you don't have to do this. There's, you can find your way. There's other ships. Theoretically, if you wanted to, you could get on a ship and go to one of the other 2 settings that was offered. Political Ashkashar with the curator, the strange curator, or you could go to Skelgos, do the monster hunting.
Like this was the one that was the middle ground that we all agreed upon.
This was the one that the pirates with the living ships was the one that was sort of agreed upon. But you don't have to immediately answer. You've got at least a month until the sea trials, probably more. He suspects probably closer to 2 months to prepare yourselves, prepare the ship, recruit to help, change your mind if you want to, get stronger, go out and seek potential weapons or relics or armor, earn things to make yourself stronger, in sea trial, do things to make the ship stronger in the sea trial. You've literally got months of planning, you know?
Yep.
But
Yeah, that's fine.
as you're standing there, or not standing, sitting there around the table, the meal has been a rather mundane one. Certainly not impressive, not even to the standards of the Broken Harp, although the Broken Harp is not some run-down tavern. It has excellent food for the most part. You hear... I want everyone to roll a perception check.
Oh my god, I thought it said I rolled a 9. I was like, that literally cannot be possible.
I got 20.
Oh no, hold
what do
on.
I perceive?
13.
Hold on.
That's a lot of 20s.
I untrained myself.
Stop pressing buttons.
I clicked the wrong button. I untrained myself.
Alright, if you rolled higher than a... Stealth check. A 21. Their stealth check. Alright, so
Damn.
Akmenos. As you're sitting around the table, you hear a sound. Piercing just over the sound of the thunder, sir. A strange sound.
How
It
close?
sounds like a croaking.
How-
Just outside the ship.
Where is just outside the ship?
Like literally out, within, like, the ship's out at sea. So for it to be just outside the ship, they gotta be on the rails.
Oh, are we standing outside like this, or are we inside the ship?
Technically, you'd be inside the ship. So you'd be
I-
starting this out just outside like this, because you're underneath this captain's wheel area.
I jump up and I scream, "We're under attack!" And I run out of the door.
Oh
Alright.
no, bullywugs with dual singing sticks.
Bullywugs with dual singing sticks are indeed the case. As you can see, as you rush out.
How do they
the-
survive in the ocean?
None of you are.
They're freshwater frogs.
Luckily, none of you are
No, they're
surprised,
saltwater frogs.
as there are bullywugs
There aren't saltwater
that
frogs.
are cresting
There are now.
the rail of the ship, climbing up onto the top of it. As you can see their froggy forms leap over the edge. Several of them are wielding ramshackle rudimentary spears, but the one at the back is wielding what appears to be some sort of magical staff that he waves around.
God damn it, he does have a singing stick.
A bullywog
That's not what a
booyaga.
singing stick is, Max.
As the crew
There might
shouts,
be two of them glued together.
the crew shouts
could
with
be.
surprise as the bullywugs leap over the edge. The bullywugs are something you did hear about earlier. There is a settlement of aggressive bullywugs on this island as well. They're not peaceful like the halflings. They are aggressive.
They're like, Ribbit, we heard you were going to do our Coatella friends.
And unfortunately, because the ship has isolated itself, they saw an opportunity. So that is a case of roll initiative.
It's midnight.
Yeah, but Max, we can play till 6 o'clock in the morning because you're.
I would really rather we didn't play till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it is meant to be a moderately challenging combat because this is the only one that's supposed to happen. So I'm just rolling everybody's initiative. I'm just clicking dice.
The Mudlord.
You fucked 3.02.
Dude, so the singing sticks gave you a +1 bonus to AC if you were proficient. Did that count for 2 of them? Did you just get a +2 for just having it?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea, Max.
All right, well, since it is midnight, we can you can fight the bullywugs that are trying to attack the ship next week because it's meant to be
It requires a feat.
a moderate, slightly higher than moderate. Like it'd be like a, if this were an encounter, it would be like an orange encounter instead of just like a red or a green one. You know. But they're coming. And next week we'll figure out what exactly we'll do. Like I said, there's been no contract signed. There's been no really even no words given. He just gave you something to think about, essentially. Like, hey, I want you to be part of my crew. I want to take part in this sea trial. I want to get this living ship so I can maybe get a little bit more freedom. Maybe go see the world, maybe go help some people, because currently I'm bound by a contract that has quotas, that has to be fulfilled. And the living captains, sea captains, they do not have the same contract, although what contract that entails, you don't know. You would have to take that up with the Queen of Thunder, Thorns, and Tides. Even though you have learned perhaps some ways to, if you were to go and work on that contract, some ways to maybe loosen her up. You heard that she likes bawdy songs. She is very present ruler. She can be seduced. She does like men and women of all sorts. But you'll have to figure that out next week.